God, I love you
But
guys.
but Avante's music will drop anybody's pants in a heartbeat.
So I had to start it like that because Matt's talking about making people's pants drop, and it was perfect. Like
Panties dropping. What?
I mean, you know.
oh, we got Shire Ghost in the house. What's up, Shire?
Hey, Shire.
What's up, Shire?
Hi,
My
everyone.
favorite vodka, Charmaine.
What's up, Charmaine?
13
Hey,
spirits.
Hi, guys.
Ugh.
That weirdo Nubs is in the chat.
What is he always doing in my chat? He's yellow too. Like, what the hell?
Who's that?
Who's yelling?
Smelling
don't
like
know.
one of R. Kelly's girlfriends.
Oh yeah.
If only y'all knew, chat. If only y'all knew what we were talking about. Fluffy wants to meet R. Kelly. That's what he said right before we started the stream.
Y'all foul.
Who?
I got a question. Whatever happened to Bubbles after Michael Jackson died? What happened to to
He went to
Bubbles?
a zoo.
He went to this. No, they took him to an animal rescue, I think.
They ate him for
Oh, hang on.
Shut your asshole.
With his
I'm
Pee Wee
an
Herman
asshole. I
like
was thinking
suspenders and
Bubbles.
everything.
I was thinking Bubbles was Michael Jackson's son, but that's blank.
I think I'm not sure. I think they took him to a zoo.
Dang
It
it!
was something like that.
Can we adopt him?
Or like Jenny is saying, a shelter, something.
Hey, Louisa.
Hi, Louisa.
Because he was so adorable in his little overalls and red and white striped shirt.
Are we
Sad.
talking about the monkey or Webster, the little other guy?
The monkey Bubbles. The chimpanzee that Michael Jackson had.
That was my uncle, Matt.
Because
That was
Webster
the
used to wear
chimpanzee.
overalls and sit on Michael's lap, too.
Dom sit on Michael Jackson's lap too. He just won't tell nobody.
That's how you
I
lost
think-
your fingers, was sitting on his lap, man.
Shh, that was our secret.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry, guys. We got
Well,
a topic.
actually, I saw him. I saw Michael Jackson in when he was in Montreal, in Canada. He was in Montreal at the Olympic Stadium. I did go see the show.
Hey, I love some Michael Jackson music.
I never saw on his laps. No.
At Domino's before 10 o'clock. We listen to like rap and rock after 10 o'clock. But before 10 o'clock, a lot of times we listen to some Michael Jackson up in that store. Like, MJ goes hard. Like, for real.
Yeah, he does.
He went hard, all right.
Shut up. You know.
Oh, God.
Fluffy is going like, yeah.
Fluffy grew up in Neverland, so you'll just have to forgive him.
Fluffy's actually Michael Jackson's son.
Oh my God.
Fluffy's real name is Fluffy Jackson, y'all. Like,
Well, I think
Fluffy
isn't
Jackson.
his oldest son and Fluff the same age?
Yeah.
Fluffy Jackson.
Fluffy Jackson.
Oh, Fluffy Jackson.
That is what we're gonna start calling Fluffy. You need merch that says Fluffy
That's your
Jackson.
stripper name.
Oh my God.
What's Matt's stripper name? If I have one, Matt has one.
Oh, that's the sexy male stripper KY on the pole.
His
guy.
name is Sexy KY Droppins.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to perform, and
I
I was
know.
called the Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh, I love that. That's just perfect, Matt.
Hey,
Poor
Spitfire.
Boston in the chat. Just, I mean, the
Hey,
chat.
Spitfire.
Hi, Spitfire.
I mean, you know.
I mean, look at him. Look at that sexy ass cowboy hat. Like, the stuff I would do.
Now he's gonna be called the cryptic writer.
The stuff I would do to Matt off screen, guys. I can't tell y'all.
See, man.
You mean the things that you have done to me? What?
I was about to say.
But 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes in, we already went down to the rabbit hole.
It's already south.
Where else would we go?
We're going south.
Hey,
All
man.
right.
Hi, Skinner.
We circled around this block once
Hey, Fluffy.
or twice.
Oh God.
So what are
how
we doing?
Love prepares for an investigation is he puts on his KY slides and dances around.
Yeah, I mean,
They call me slip and slide for a reason.
Jenny is giving me graphic pictures tonight.
Say what now?
we're being naughty,
Somebody
guys.
fitting to start shit. What?
Somebody say what?
Dom wants to be one of R. Kelly's girlfriends. What?
No.
Fluffy is his girlfriend, though.
Running around smelling like.
God, we're killing Dom.
We're killing Dom. R. Kelly is my girlfriend. I hate to say it.
I thought I was your girlfriend.
Thank you, Matt.
You're my side boob.
Oh, I'm the side piece.
Yeah, you're the side boob.
Who has side boob?
I do.
I mean,
Nubs,
earlier in the chat, somebody was talking about rubbing buttholes and everything, and I walked in at the wrong time. Apparently.
Oh, I've just had a call, guys. I've got to pop out for 5 minutes. I will be.
Look, I scared Vodka away. No.
Vodka ran off because of the R. Kelly girlfriend thing.
Hey, DK.
You know
You know what, DK? I actually have room for one more, and I'm dropping the link in there, and y'all can come on up, DK. Hadn't had y'all on panel.
Who? What?
DK Paranormal.
Hello.
I can have one more on panel, guys. That's. But
sounds like a plan.
Tonight's topic, we got 4 epic topics we're going to talk about. Preparing for an investigation, preparing mentally for an investigation, equipment research, and pre-investigation. So I guess we should start with pre-investigation first.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Like, to me, pre-investigation is like researching the place, trying to like find where it's at, like we did that one day.
Yeah, when we sat around the round table.
Hey, we had fun that day.
Yeah, well, we got in trouble on Twitter for that.
For what?
It offended a few people that we were having a good time and they weren't there, apparently.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, because I was like, dang, you can't say nothing. We got in trouble.
It's because I was showing off
Right.
my man boobs.
You keep your man boobs to yourself.
I like this man, dude.
Fluffy and Nubs snuggling on the couch all damn night long.
The noise you heard was Fluff, not me.
Well, that's how they prepare for investigations. What they're investigating, I don't know. But
okay.
Matt knows.
So anyway,
I know it all.
Matt knows all too well.
that's because he put cameras in the
Oh my
Airbnb.
God.
Which one?
That fool showed up early and was like, I'm getting me some footage.
Instead of
Hey,
an
Melissa.
he put survival. Instead of an egg hunt, he put survival kits
Hi,
around for
Melissa.
every time we got hurt.
Right?
Your survival kit has KY and jumper cables
Oh my God. What's up, Randy?
and booby tassels.
Hi, Randy.
Hey, Randy. Welcome to welcome.
Paranormal 101
trying to
after
park
dark.
to get my
Welcome to
coffee.
Asylum 101.
Welcome to Nubs After Dark.
Oh,
There was
Yes.
there was a topic. Now whether it's stuck to, we don't know.
well, okay. Pre-investigation. I like to PLE, Fluffy, you, what y'all was doing, finding these places and the numbers of people and all that. Like, to me, that's like the pre-investigation, and then you find where it's at, and you call if you have to see if you can get in. Like the castle, you found the castle number and all that to call. So, like to me,
that wasn't too difficult.
That's a pre-investigation and get in touch with a guy and then but that's me. Dom, what is your thing of pre-investigation? What do you do?
Pre-investigation, I'll go a little bit like you, is doing the research of the place, finding out to who it belongs and stuff like that, getting permission to get on the land. And once you get that permission, for me, pre-investigation is going around to see if there's problems, if there because you're going to investigate maybe in dark, so you want to know if there's manholes, if there's branches, sticks, or ravines, stuff like that around your environment, but also the environment. You want to know where you're going. What kind of equipment you're going to use after that on the investigation. How many cameras, how many recorders, how many this. So for me, at the same time, I use that time pre-investigation to do readings of temperatures, of EMF, stuff like that. So basically, for me, that's a pre-investigation.
Fluffy and Jen, what do y'all do for pre-investigation?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, yes, I would.
I'm a professional pre-investigator. That's what I classify myself as, because I will take the time to spend a good week Google mapping and looking at the history of the area or the building, looking for blueprints, looking for anything like where is electrical located? When was the last time the building had electricity? Things like that. I like to scope all the logistics out because that's the way my mind really, really works. I'm very logistical. And looking for things like phone numbers, contacts of previous residents or landowners or anything like that. After that, I'm the one that'll sit there and make sure that we have bought our surplus of batteries and gaff tape and everything else for staking out things. Fluff is usually the one that makes sure that cameras are charged, and he kind of decides what he really wants to use, because anytime we go investigate something, it's usually for his channel, so he kind of knows what he wants. If I'm investigating just for the sake of me being able to investigate a place, it's more of like I want to learn the history of, the possibility of spiritualism in that area, things like that. I go into that side of it. But as far as getting ready to film, that's more on you, babe, so you can tell them.
So, I mean, going off of what Jen said with the equipment for a certain location, it all depends on, piggybacking off of what she said, it all depends on when the last time electricity is run through the place, whether it's a actual abandoned place or an abandoned place that's owned by somebody, kept up by somebody, or a group of people, who was the last one to own it, stuff like that.
It also depends on what it is.
I mean, yeah, depending if it's a cemetery, if it's an old mansion, if it's in an old something that used to be used back in the day, like an old restaurant or an old slaughterhouse or stuff like that. then I'll know whether or not to use a certain piece of equipment in that location, or to just kind of go bare bones and just use a camera and a voice recorder, or camera, voice recorder, and I don't know. I mean, like whatever else I have with my to my arsenal. I mean, I'll set up different points in the location, you know, camera A, camera B, you know, etc., in different points of that location.
And I tag them all.
Yeah.
I'm the one that tags everything and makes sure everything's stable. I do all the preliminary stuff. And he does all the, like, this is what I want.
You do all the important stuff.
It's because, like, when it comes to, like, at least how me and Fluff do it, he will remember, like, systematically what he wants to see on film. And me, I just sit there and go, okay, so you want this and this, then I have to do this and this to get that. So I do all the background stuff, but I used to own an event production company. And I used to do large-scale weddings and concert venues and stuff like that. So that's all I ever did was stake equipment and stage things like lighting and cameras and sound and all that. So that's just in my arsenal of things that I know how to do. And I just ask him, like, what is it that you want to take away from this? What type of footage? And all the other stuff like spiritual contact or, you know, communication or anything like that. He just kind of goes with his gut on a lot of it. So we just kind of go from there.
I like that. Hey, Paranormal Experience. Good seeing you. Been a while. But yeah, that's definitely, I like that. The next thing we're going to talk about is equipment research. And I'm going to let old Dom start this off. Mic's off. Mic, nah.
Why is my mic off? Is it working now? Sorry. Like Fluffy and Jen was saying, once you do your pre-investigation, you know what kind of tools you want to use. So I think the research on the equipment is done based on the pre-investigation that you're doing, because you're gonna know that in a certain room you're gonna use this, or you're gonna use this equipment or that piece of equipment. So yeah. On research wise, I do a little bit like Jen was saying. I do research on the location, on the land, on the if I couldn't find blueprints and all sorts of stuff like that, but also the history of that place, people that lived there. What happened to those people? Have they passed away on the location, etc., and not basically to use it on the investigation, saying, hey, I know Laura died here in this corner or that. No, it's trying to, find information. And if Laura does come out on an EVP or a picture or a video sequence, well, you can take that part and the part of the research of history and put them together and say, listen, Laura was there in 1800s. I have this to prove that we made contact with Laura. So yeah.
Nice.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome.
Well, Matt, what do you do when you pre-investigate? I know you don't do much paranormal, but I know you do investigate. So
yeah.
What's your pre-investigation style?
To tell you the truth, no matter where you are, always get a topographical map of the location. Get a map of the area beforehand at your local library, local, your city hall, stuff like that, of the area, when that place was built, throughout the ages, so you know what was going on, what happened in that area. And like what Dom Tarot said, so you know what to expect in that area, because buildings change all the time. And always do a pre-investigation of that area. See, even if you have to sit out in a parking lot and watch it for at least 5 hours, watch it, watch it 2 hours in the morning, an hour in the evening, and at least 2 to 3 hours at night, so you know what traffic goes through that area. Is there squatters? Is there homeless? Is there drug deals happening? Is there anything that's bad going in an area and coming out of that area? Because here's the thing, those people are not going to care about you. Those people are going to shoot you, stab you, whatever. They're not going to run away from you because you're not a cop, and more than likely, do a pre-investigation of inside the place if you can get in there. At least during the day, because at night, everything is against you at night.
That's true.
You don't know what floorboards is going to be sturdy 2 days ago or is going to fall apart today or tonight. What's going to hurt you? What if there's asbestos in that place? If there's black mold in that place? If there's rodents? If there's anything in that place? Wild animals. I mean, hurt animals, even domesticated animals that are hurt can hide out there, or they will attack you if they're scared and they're hurt. But more than that, be wary of the people around, because there is certain things that in this day of age people are scared of, and people are scared of unknown faces, and they would rather call the cops on you than they will the gang members that they see every day.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, do the map of the area. Know where you can go to, where the local police station is, local fire department, whatever, and make sure you have them on. If anything happens, if you drop your cell phone, break it, whatever, make sure you know how to get out of there. Make sure you know an escape route to that place in case anything happens.
Hi, Colleen. Hi, Slim.
Well, yeah, that's my issue. A lot of times when I go into these locations, I'm able to take a few pictures on my freaking phone before my phone dies, or it goes to like 10%. See, I need a new phone like bad. My phone's all like black.
Get a portable charger, a small portable charger, like hold on.
My thing is, I have to force my phone, my charger, my phone most of the time to get it charged.
This small charger will last you on a cell phone will last you about 8 hours of charge. And it's
Need to clean out your charging port, Nubby.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's really slim, so you can put a
That's
Velcro.
true.
You can put a Velcro on it and put it on the back of your phone like that, and just have a small hookup, and you're set to do a full investigation with that.
And carry multiples, because y'all are going to paranormal areas that can drain your energy. So don't rely just on one. Don't rely on two.
And
take multiple.
And one small tip, I know people do tend to bring batteries along with them just in case they get drained. Do
Yeah.
not bring them on the investigation. Leave them in the car, except
Yep.
if you have to walk 2 hours in the woods or something.
That's true. Yeah.
That's different. But if you can, leave them in the car while you're investigating, because if your equipment or batteries get drained, even if
You have
that's when you
nothing.
did your box, that's going to be drained also. So
Yeah, good point, Dom. Good point. I was going to say, from watching everyone, that's probably one of the main tips I would give too, actually. The battery thing. And if, like Dom said, if you can store them away from where you're investigating, probably the better. Otherwise, they're going to drain them as well.
Yeah, because my battery's like my old camera, the one that doesn't work now. I can have a full charge battery, put it in, and it cords for like 5 minutes, and it's already on like 1 bar, and I'm like, crap. Like, luckily, I had about 11 batteries, so I was able to keep up with it. But that camera screwed up on me, sadly. I got a freaking 30-minute video of a freaking cemetery that I can't freaking upload.
Yeah.
you can't.
And there's always.
Why can't you upload it?
It acts like it doesn't show up when I put it in my thing and all that. It acts like it doesn't show up, but then you look on the camera and you can see it right there.
Wow.
That's funny.
Huh.
Okay.
It's the SD card, I think.
But there is also battery powered phone chargers too that you can take. They are basic, and you don't have to rely on a solar charger or anything like that. You just pop 2 AA batteries in it and it will charge your phone also on you, because most paranormal investigators are going to be running around with thousands of AA batteries on them. So,
oh yeah, Dakota usually has a bag, like a big bag of AA or AAA in his freaking
I spend well, the biggest of my budgets when I go out filming or whatever investigation I do, the big of my budget is on gas and batteries. Because I do have rechargeable batteries, but some equipment I have do not take rechargeable batteries. You'll put full rechargeable batteries, the equipment won't work at all. They do not take rechargeable batteries, so you need regular batteries. And then those sometimes they go out quick, so you need like.
Big problem with rechargeable batteries is they're temperature sensitive. So if you're out somewhere and it's really hot, they're not going to last very long.
Yeah, that too. Those sometimes they go out. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Daniel. Hi,
Dom.
Hello.
What is up, y'all?
Kimberly and Danielle, did you get the email?
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
We got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh.
Yeah, Jenny, you're right. And also, wintertime, also batteries drain quickly. More it's cold outside, more the batteries will drain down.
Hi, Daniel.
No,
Hi,
we
Kim.
couldn't get our channel names up there.
Oh, you see the 3 dots by your name? Actually, hang on. I got you.
You can.
Yeah, because I wouldn't let me put our channel name in there none.
I forgot I can do it on my end.
With the cold and the heat guys with batteries, is there one that's worse, you reckon? With the extreme heat and extreme cold, do you find one drains more than the other, or are they both just as bad weather-wise?
Depending on the variance, if it's like below freezing, it's just as bad as if it was like 110. Like because batteries are temperature sensitive.
Yeah.
It's just, it's going to react one way or the other. In extreme cold, they don't perform well because the charge in it can freeze.
Thank you, Nubs.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother.
We went to give an example. We went to investigate an asylum here in Quebec.
Ooh.
In wintertime. It was minus 35 inside the building. Batteries inside the camera, recorders and stuff will last us between I would say 20, 25 minutes maximum.
Wow.
We had to change them all the time. Every like 20, 25 minutes had to change the batteries and on the cameras, equipment, and stuff. So yeah. So like Jenny said, in minus
right,
degrees,
Colleen.
the batteries go out there. But in hot degrees, also you have to check your batteries because they will drain as hell.
Yeah, because they get
They'll
hot.
explode too.
Yeah,
Batteries will explode.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, Jen. They will explode. But there's one brand that you can get. They're
Appreciate it, RBALLER.
expensive. They're very expensive brand. Is what wildlife park rangers and stuff like that uses in their equipment. It's called Duracell Extreme Weather Batteries, and
I was trying to look at it. I can hardly see.
Matt,
yeah,
I will tell you those batteries wintertime, not that good.
I mean, getting an hour out of it is better than every 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, you'll get in those kind of type of batteries. I have to find them. If I could find them, I would show them to you.
Hot tuna.
In those batteries, we got like not an hour, not a full hour, but maybe 50 minutes of charge with them. But like I said, but summertime, the other seasons, way good batteries. You're right, but wintertime, any battery that you have wintertime, you better have a lot of batteries because they will go down quickly.
Yeah, I keep those batteries for
except
my.
if you go in a museum and it's heated and stuff, your batteries are gonna work fine. What I mean is no electricity in the place and a cold temperature, the batteries will be sucked as hell. And like Jen was saying, summertime, in a heat wave, the batteries are going to go down. But if you're not properly, they're not properly put away, they can explode also.
Yeah.
And believe me, a battery that explodes can do damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's probably more the problem. Extreme heat.
You see me there, but I'm not there.
That's because
Thank God I haven't been anywhere where it's been like, I think the hottest I've been will probably be like 98 or something like that. Because I don't think it got pretty hot in North Carolina, but I don't think it got past like 98, the hottest. But it would be like, oh yeah, I could only imagine like Texas, California, Arizona, Florida.
Yeah, where it gets to 120 here.
Yeah, see,
is it 120 in Cali?
And also,
not yet. It will be in August.
I wouldn't have, see. I messed up and shaved my head almost bald when I went to Florida one time in the middle of summer. That's a bad idea. So if I ever went to California, Texas, or something like that, I'm not shaving. My hair is gonna be long because
but you also
sunburn,
overheat out. You also overheat from that too, Nubby. Like we keep our hair at a mid length because we have more of a shade hat than anything else.
That's true.
So how does D&K prepare for an investigation?
Yeah, what is y'all's pre-investigation strategy?
All right, our strategy is we go in and scope the place out, and let the spirits know that we're there.
That we come in peace and everything.
And we come in peace, and then we start filming.
That works.
Come in peace. I mean, that's all we do is just we look around first before we start filming and everything, and just let them know that we come in peace
and respect.
Yeah.
So.
We don't doing, or we're not there to harm nothing. And then we start filming and everything, and at the end of it, we come, don't be attached to us nor our stuff or equipment or anything.
Yeah, see, I always try to like pray before and after. Granted, 90% of the time I forget.
Yeah,
we do too. Sometimes.
We do too. Sometimes we'll say a prayer, and sometimes we'll just forget about it and go into it because we're so excited about that location.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there.
So it's like dang it, we forgot to say a prayer when we went in, and forgot to tell them not to be attached to us or anything else or stuff when we leave.
And that's what happened to one of our locations we went to the cemetery. We forgot to say, hey, you have to stay here, and found out there was a soldier that follows home, and I get attacked.
Yeah, see, ever since I had that attachment from 666, that little boy, and he drained my energy for like 2 weeks. I always say you can't follow me, you can't attach yourself. I always say that most of the time now. I still forget every now and then, but ever since I had that attachment, because it didn't hurt me, but it drained me so bad, and I just felt like crap for a while. Like
this one hit him and
this one scratched me.
This one hit him in the back. Turned around. He's like, "What's on me?" I was like, "Nothing." And then he's like, lifted his shirt up. He's like, "Did it scratch me?" I was like, "Yeah, 3 light scratches down your shoulder blade."
Yeah.
Then he went and grabbed my Bible and said a prayer and commanded me to go back down below.
Plus, I went through and saved the whole house.
See, that's one thing I don't have myself is sage. I have holy water that I carry around, but I don't have sage.
You have to get some. It actually helps. Because after when I done that, nothing else happened.
It just left automatically like that, and it left him alone and didn't bother us no more. I mean, got creepy there for a little bit.
Yeah, I know y'all situation, Melissa. Like, definitely understand.
Hey, Melissa.
Sorry about the dog. That dog went crack. Out here, like,
well, you can mute that.
I hate always being the bearer of bad news and everything on your channel, Nubs. I love you to death. I love everybody in this family to death. But there's a
but they wouldn't hear me or hear us.
No.
So just go.
Oh, hold on.
Like Vamp, it's great to see you.
Nice to see you again, guys.
You want me to turn it down? Alright, then.
you still there, Matthew? Oh,
I
he'll
think
be
he
back.
froze.
Probably. That poor guy's always freezing. I do it too sometimes.
Did you want to turn that up?
Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I'm driving through the back road.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You were cutting out.
Oh, be careful, brother.
Yeah, be safe.
DNK froze. All right, we're back, I think. Hang on.
Oh, good?
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, everything is good now.
All right. Have me word there for a minute.
But
Mm.
how does everybody prepare mentally for when they go investigate? Go to investigate. Like me. Always try to like mentally. I always try to mentally like just envision where we're going and envision how it's going to be, and of course pray. That's more spiritually though, but
A lot of prayers. And, I feel myself as, um, strong by faith.
yeah, I definitely. Oh, see, we
Matt?
lost Matthew again.
He's gonna come back.
He goes down some creepy back roads too. Like when he goes live streaming, he's at night and back road. There's some dark ass back roads. I want to explore. I want to go in the woods and just spend a whole week in the woods in Texas. Texas and West Virginia. I just want to go week in the woods.
Right. Do I need to scoot over some more?
Either that, we need to scoot the camera back a little bit more so they can see us. I mean,
You need to get out to Pocomoke, Nubs, and show us what's really going on out there.
I need to.
That's true. I want to get to the catacombs. So, like I said, I know we did that stream before, but the catacombs is right now my dream location. I know I'll be going. Lake Shawnee is my dream one of my dream locations, but I'm actually going there in October, which Salem is a dream location. Like I want to get to Salem so bad, and I get to soon. But yeah, but mentally, yeah, going off subject, nubs. But mentally, I just like to envision where I'm going, like close my eyes and just look and see, and try to like get up history so I can envision it more, mentally see it more, and all that. But that's how I do it and all that. Vodka, I know you don't investigate much, but I know you.
Well, no, but I mean, I can call back to watching my mum and her friends because most of them were mediums and psychics, and sometimes people would have trouble, with some spirits, so they'd go and do their thing and cleanse the house for them. And theirs was a lot of, shall we say, they were more into a spiritual view of the world, not necessarily, I mean, they all believed in one thing or another. And they would, Mum particularly, she would generally have her pocket Bible, a cross. If she'd get some holy water, she would as well. And basically use prayer, crystals as well. A lot of them had their crystals I would take with them. And they would basically just talk to the spirit and gather, get the information they need.
I never thought of a Bible. That's actually something
a little pocket Bible, so they could
Mhm.
take it wherever they went. Mum had a bit bigger one, and then she ended up getting a smaller one because it was a lot easier. Basically they just end up talking to the spirits. Most of them were just lost, or they were here waiting for, partners, whatever, but they'd already moved on and crossed over, and they were the ones that got stuck here. So more often than not, they would just pass them over to the light. Most were quite easy. There was the odd few that were darker and a bit more difficult, but it just took a little bit of extra praying, a few extra, bit of extra time, bit of extra conversation, and being very firm with those that were more negative, and saying, you have, do not attach. You don't have a right to be here. You will go back to where you belong, where you came from, that type of thing. So they never brought anything home. They were all very good at what they did. There was sort of mum had a group of about half a dozen friends. They were all very, very in tune. And most of the time, yeah, it was actually mum who was reached out to a lot because she just, for some reason, spirits of the past, and if they were having difficulty, would reach out to her 9 times out of 10, more than some of the other people in the group. So yeah, mum used to get very drained, very busy there for a few years. But that was their main preparation. And of course, you know, she'd just mentally prepare before she went, say her prayers, get everything prepped, and then go in with an open mind and positivity too. You know, I think that's very important. If she wasn't in a good headspace, she wouldn't do it till she was. And I think that is probably another thing. If you're unwell, if you're negative, if you're feeling down, don't go. Put it off till you're in a better place.
Yeah, because you go in.
I agree with you.
Makes you very vulnerable there. And of course, negative energy picks up on negative energy. So, yeah, that's probably my tips coming from watching a lot of
That's actually really, really good tips. Like, I definitely
they
noticed
feed off negative energy. Negative energy feeds off other negative energy, and you've only got to be, you know, having to have some words with someone before you get there, or, you know, just any little thing. You know, you've got to take a deep breath, shake it off, get yourself in a good headspace before you go into these places. I think is, you know, maybe another tip. Sometimes we, like, oh, you guys, yeah, you create such great content, but it's something to remember. You know, don't push yourselves too hard. If you're unwell or you're not recovered from something 100%, your energy levels aren't quite right, you know, or you're slightly negative for some other reason, maybe put it off, postpone, you know, or at least
that's why I didn't go nowhere this week after I tested negative and all that.
Still got to give your time, yourself, your body, and your mind time to recuperate properly from that sort of thing, particularly, Nubby. Because they do, you know, those sorts of nasty ones do drain us a lot. So, yeah, that's probably what I could give to the conversation.
I think with me drinking Gatorade and water, it's been helping out a lot.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. No, just stay hydrated.
Yeah, actually, doctors here are recommending electrolytes big time. So.
Cool.
But yeah, those were actually really good advice, and I actually never thought about bringing a Bible with me and all that, because that would definitely help keep you more safe too. Like, I think it would work better than sage would.
Now we take a crystal with us every time that I carry in my pocket, and she carries her in her pocket. That keeps the bad energy away.
Oh, that's good. Well, Mum she always had her to-go cross, you know, something not too big and bulky, but she always wore one as well. And then she would have her crystals as well. So she sort of, you know, you're covering all bases, and of course saying a prayer before you enter into anything.
Yeah, I need to get a new thing for my cross because it's still good. Just the string broke.
That's pretty cool.
But I can always put like a rant, because I got a bunch of yarn and all that. I can always just make a freaking yarn out of it. Hey, Bad Medicine, how are you doing?
Funny. Hi, Bad Medicine. Funny how you're talking about the cross being broken stuff. 3 weeks ago, I went to investigate a place where I go frequently investigate in Montreal. It's a cemetery. I was asking questions, and my cross got ripped off of my.
That's right. You were saying, yeah, that's wild, dog.
You saw the cross I had before. Now I'm down to a small cross like this, but I had a big cross. The Jesus got ripped from the cross.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's still very, very wild, dumb.
And I've been investigating there for the past 4 years. Nothing crazy like that happened, and this time, yeah. So yeah. I'm sorry to have cut you. I just wanted to put
No, all good. Yeah, see, that's a lot of energy to do that for a start.
Mhm.
So, yeah, you didn't bring anything back with you though, did you?
No,
Oh, good.
no. For that, I do. Well, I'll explain what I do when I do go out to investigate. Let's say I say tomorrow I'll be investigating. What I tend to do, as soon as I have a couple of minutes to do it, I will meditate. I will try to empty my mind of everything else except the investigation. So everything I know about the plans, maps, history, stuff like that, that I will keep it inside. I will meditate. I will listen to music.
I like to listen to music before investigating. Also,
There's certain types of music that I like to listen when I go to investigate. I will listen to music and like I said, meditate. Once I get to the location, I will ground myself.
Yep.
To the grounds, and just walk around the location. So if it's inside, I'll walk if there's different floors, I'll walk the different floors. No equipment, nothing, just me.
hey,
Just
Pop.
just to feel the vibe of the place, to get the vibe, but also to let the place feel me
Yeah.
out, to because when you get to a location and you start like popping questions like on the spot, people are spirits are like regular people. If I go to your door, you don't know me, and I start talking to you, you're gonna say, "Excuse me, can I help you? Get lost, get out." So yeah, I tend to walk on the grounds of the location with what I'm doing, just to feel the vibes for me of what's going on. Same time, even if I did a pre-investigation, sometimes when I do the pre-investigation is like I'll do it on the Monday, the pre-investigation, but ghost hunting on Saturday. Between those days, like Matt was saying, there could be a lot of changes. So that's why I'll walk through and just go through a little bit a mental map. Then I'll be prepared. I'll do my prayers before starting investigation. I'll ask my spirit guides to guide me and to protect me against negative spots. I'll do my investigation. Once I'm finished the investigation, all thanks to the spirits for the time they accord me. Even if I do not get no answers at all,
yeah,
I will tell the spirits, thank you for the time you had you gave me and whatsoever. Go join the light, be blessed, stuff like that. Tell them the spirits they cannot follow us, not attached to the equipment, stuff like that. Once I get outside of the place, I will take a couple of minutes to just breathe and drink water before going to the car whatsoever, and I will pray again, asking my spirits to cleanse me of whatever has, even if I told them not to attach them to myself, attach them. Then I have a special mix that I do with sage, blue sage, white sage, desert sage, sweetgrass, and different stuff. I mix that and I'll smudge myself. Then I'll go to the car.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that to me, it's just sensible, Dom, and respectful too.
Well, that's me. I saw different, like I said, but what I like is doing, seeing different groups doing different sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And also you can learn on certain stuff that people do to adapt it to yourself to be more knowledgeable and protected and stuff like that. So yeah,
that's true.
Well, there's also another thing. I mean, probably a little bit unpopular because we all vary and we all like what we like, but negativity can come from all sorts of places. My son was going through some terrible night terrors when he was very young. He was only 4. How the hell does a 4-year-old have night terrors? Now, we don't know how or why, but I asked Mum to come over and help cleanse his room. and she reminded me to get rid of anything negative. Now, I know probably going to be a bit unpopular here, but skulls. Anything with a negative connotation, and of course, skulls are death. Yeah, there are a lot of things, but there can be negativity from a lot of different things you don't think of in your day-to-day life, in your house, just your pure likes and dislikes. I got rid of his pirate toys. Like, I took them out. I cleansed them. The skull and crossbone poster he had, like, 'cause it was a pirate when he was riding his pirates when he was 4. So, you know, sharks, they're not negative, but they can attack people. I removed
they're
the books from
negative.
the room. You know what I mean?
Well.
You
I'm gonna take the
outside
part.
of the box a little.
I'm gonna take the part of the sharks because I have fish tanks here, and I do have sharks in them. So I'm gonna take.
Well,
their
I mean,
side.
I was just going to extreme
No,
lengths.
I know. No, but I
Yeah.
I do feel what you're saying.
But you know what I mean? Like, those things that
Actually-
you wouldn't normally think of.
Actually, you can
you know.
see a couple of creepy stuff around me inside, yeah, whatsoever. I have a lot of stuff inside. Whatever comes into my office, even if it's haunted or not, I do smudge it.
Yep. Well, see, Mum, actually, we cleansed and we blessed everything before I put it back in his room.
Actually, I have a
cleansed his
new
room.
I have a new toy that's he's gonna get smudged tomorrow. He just got in the office now.
Oh, awesome.
So I could show it to you guys. If you
Very
want.
cool. Well, yeah, I
Ooh.
mean, she even went to those lengths, so I cleaned everything out of his room, even shirts with dinosaurs or, you know, whatever. I went to extreme lengths because he had had them for months, and the poor kid, you know, it was really affecting him. And once Mum came in, cleansed the room, and we blessed and cleansed anything that could have a negative connotation around it, he was much better. So, and the night terrors ended. So, yeah, it's just something else to think about sometimes, is those extra things that we may have around that don't necessarily 100% mean a negative thing, but can be sometimes a bit more negative if you have a build-up of them, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Whoop
Woohoo! That's awesome. Wow.
That's pretty
Is
cool.
that like a REM pod?
That's not a REM pod.
Is that like a demonic doll?
Actually, it is. That's why he's in a casing. The casing has holy water inside. He's sitting underneath a cross that was blessed and stuff.
Oh God!
So
Wow.
This is actually actually a friend of mine here in Quebec. He has a big paranormal team, and he gave that to me as a present for my birthday.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's
That
a
is
freaking
awesome.
epic present. Like, see, people like, why would you want like a demonic doll or like an evil doll? I'm like, when you're a paranormal investigator and you're into stuff like that,
as you can see in the
that's
back,
a freaking dream gift. Like,
as you can see in the back, I collect creepy stuff, different kind of the stuff. I have, like I said, haunted dolls. I have actually, if I move myself up there where you see the red cap, hold on, underneath the red cap, there's like a skull there. That's a box. It's a voodoo haunted doll. That's
oh God.
Her name is Margot. Some saw her, some not, but
I remember Margot.
Yeah. So I have, well, actually, Nubsy was talking about the catacombs. I have actually bones, teeth, and dust from the catacombs.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that too.
Yeah, I showed that one time on panel. I do have stuff like that. I do have bones. I have my mother's ashes. What you see right here is my mother's ashes. Underneath is there certain objects that belong to my mother. It's like a small shrine I did for my mother.
Bless them.
So yeah,
well, she'll be looking after you too. So
well, she always does, because when I fall asleep at the computer working, you could feel a push on the bench. and she's right behind my bench. So saying like, "Hey, wake up, them, and go to sleep." So sometimes, but I also have a resident ghost here. His name is George.
Well, hello, George.
Ain't he the soldier?
No, he's from the plane crash.
Plane crash. That's what it was.
People that don't know, I live on top of a plane crash that happened in 1959 here. DC-8 crashed. 119 people died in that plane crash. So yeah, so George was actually part of that flight. He was going from Montreal to Toronto to well, actually, I'll explain who George is. George is, I don't know if you know about Canadian football.
Somewhat.
LCF, it's not a big thing, but there's a team called the Alouettes of Montreal. Actually, George was, when he died, was part owner of the football team and part owner of the LCF. LCF.
Oh.
He was going from Montreal to Toronto for the Grey Cup, which is actually in NFL is the championship. He was going to the Grey Cup, and the plane crashed exactly 50 minutes after it took off. My house is built on top of that whole wreckage. So we do see a lot of stuff here. We people witness the pilots, the stewards, passengers. We do see shadows. Actually, sometimes I'm on a live panels. You're gonna see shadows passing, orbs and stuff like that in my office. So
like you can always see Beth. The little girl, you can always see her hanging, like poking her head out and all that. When I have a face like that,
I have different kinds of stuff. I have bullets that were actually served in the War of Gettysburg. I have also bullets that were served in a murder case. Somebody gave me a bullet that they took out from the body that was murdered. Yeah, different stuff like that. I have a thing for dolls, like I said, skulls, stuff. Actually, like I said, I have stuff for skulls. I have this, which is a rampart.
I like that rampart. I still like the one.
Well, you saw. Well, actually, last week, Nubsy present. He did review on collaboration that I did with Urbazium in Hamilton, Ontario. This skull got taken from a gravestone that was like that and got thrown on the floor. You can see it basically.
Yeah, that was nuts. What's up, Boomer?
So I'll stop talking because a lot of people still have to answer stuff. So I'll let Jen and Fluffy answer.
Yeah, Fluffy Jen. I don't know. We'll get back to them. D and K, how do y'all prepare mentally when y'all investigate?
That's a tough question, but anyway,
it is a tough one. Like it really is, but it's a good one.
Yeah, it's really a good one. Like I said, we go in and, like I said, we say prayers, and it's we also let them know that we're there with respect and peace. So
when they're trying to be strong and not be negative or nervous like we do sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I know I go in there sometimes nervous when we go film and everything. It's like I better change that.
Yeah, because
we also try to treat them as they were once human beings.
Yeah.
So we talk to them as as we would, the way they would talk to us.
Or if they were here in person, face to face.
Yeah, or face to face.
Yeah, that's how you should talk to them, and that's how most investigators that I know talk to them. I mean, there are some that do force it and all that. I'm famous for it sometimes. Okay, Tina, love you, sis. Good
Bye,
seeing
Tina.
you.
Drive safely
Be
in your back home.
careful, and I
Bye,
will text you
Tina.
tomorrow.
Take care.
We don't want to go in there and excuse my, we don't want to piss them off.
Yeah, there was one investigation where the guy murdered his family and all that, then killed himself. And they were like, the way that some of the people I was with was talking to them, they were like, "All right, asshole," like just doing stuff like that. You remember that video, Dom? That's what they
Yeah.
said. They can push me and harm me, and yeah, those people.
That
But
was it wasn't
the
good.
way he was talking to the spirit was like, "All right, asshole, I guarantee you won't do that to me." Just saying stuff like that, I don't like. Like that's the stuff
No.
that I try to avoid, and that was legit the last investigation I've done with these people.
I tend to sorry, Danielle. I tend to tell people when you do speak to the spirits, you're talking to your grandmother, grandfather, uncle,
Yeah,
auntie,
there's true
or
pop.
it could be the uncle, auntie, or grandma of somebody else. If somebody comes up to you and starts barking to you, in normal life, would you like that? A lot of people are going to say no. I don't want people to bark at me or to yell at me or to treat me by names. So that's the same way on the spirit wise. You're trying to communicate, you're trying to gain confidence in those spirits, so they'll talk to you, they'll tell you the story. But if you come and rush them and just by throw them names and saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that, you know,"
Yeah.
it's just,
I mean,
it's
we go
common
in.
sense. I think it's common sense. Like I said, sorry, Danielle, that I cut you.
You're fine. You're fine, Dom.
Your turn.
Yeah, no, you're cool. You're fine. Yeah. I was just saying, we go in to try to show the spirits respect, and we was only there to hear their story.
Only if they feel
It
like
gives
talking.
them the chance to, to communicate with us, and that's what we're there for, is to communicate with us to let so we can hear their story and to let them know they are still very important.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, Matt,
Matthew,
your turn.
mentally preparing
I is
yourself.
all like a statue not moving. He's listening.
Sorry, I was making episode 7 for this already because
Already?
I have 3 epic topics I'm gonna talk for episode 7. So
Yeah, but we have to do 6 before.
I got 6 set up already. Me and Matt actually worked on 6 yesterday. He gave me the
Cool.
idea for that one.
Yeah. But
Oh yeah. Anyway, sorry.
you're good. You're good.
I'm excited about this series because it's doing pretty good.
Cool.
But yeah,
It's pretty epic. I like this series talking about topics and stuff and whatsoever, and getting the getting the advice or the way of people seeing different stuff and different visions of everybody, and we can talk about that and not get in an argument. This is epic. This is hot. This is super cool. So
oh yeah, awesome.
I'm always the one that takes the other way than anybody else.
mhm. And that's why you're so amazing, brother. And that's why we like you, like your advice and stuff like that, because
That's
you
why I
got
like your
we love
awesome
you, Matt.
advice.
That's why I like your opinion, because you definitely have different opinions than a lot of us and all that, but it's good. Yeah.
Mo,
Hey,
mo,
Momo.
mo.
Hey, Momo, bro. How you doing?
We want to show you guys respect just as well as anybody else or the spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
that's how I'm trying to word it correctly in my head, is with all the praying, all of saying just random whatever, random prayers. If you're going out saying the prayer of Saint Michael's and you're not Catholic, that's a different religion than what you believe. Do not go out spouting nonsense to spirits that may or may not have the same religion as you. That do not, there is other.
That's true. That's true.
It believe, if you have a different belief, if you say you're a Wiccan and you're spouting Catholic prayers or Baptist prayers or reading out of a Bible, you have no power there. Your religion, your faith is not connected to that. So in reality, protecting yourself is not going to work that way. That's why there's a lot of people that go to these haunted locations and get scratched, get punched, get whatever, because they are spouting something that their faith isn't tied to. Same thing with religious items. Carrying a cross on you, carrying a rosary with you, carrying all this stuff. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help you in the end. You are contradicting what the spirits can see in you, what the spirits can feel in you.
That's why the mediums I knew and my mum were more spiritual rather than typically religious, although my mum was brought up in the Christian faith.
Right.
But that's also why she carried the Bible, because she, Church of England, brought up with it all, but then became more of a spiritual or rounded view, if you like.
Right.
And that's why they did sort of a mix of what they did to protect themselves, and they never seem to have any trouble. But I also believe it's your belief and your faith behind your intent.
Right.
That's part of that as well sometimes.
But there is certain parts of areas that you go to. You can go to a Native American burial mound and you can spout all kinds of Christian faith or whatever. Those Native American spirits are not going to understand a word that you say because they believed a different religion than you.
Yeah.
Same thing like across the pond, the Aborigine spirits and stuff,
Well,
like where
I was
you
going to
are.
say, Steve, Mum would never do that with an Aboriginal spirit,
Right.
because that's not, their
That's
religion.
not their belief.
That's not their thing. That's not what they believe in.
Yes.
So she would never have done that. I mean, here where we live, there are many Indigenous.
Yep.
But there's also many white, and of course, it was mainly the white, that would come to her for help. So, because if they had have, she would have gone to an elder, had it been an Indigenous family or person that came, and she would go to one of the elders. And actually, she did have to one day, because of a dream she had, and a artifact that was actually given to my dad by some Indigenous up north. tribe. He was looked upon very well up there, how he treated them. So they actually gifted him something. And this dream was about this item. So, yeah, but that would be, you know, my mum's go-to. She would actually go and find out how to help someone, what, you know, they do, what their beliefs were. She wouldn't necessarily go in willy-nilly with her religious beliefs and her spiritualism and just, you know, assume that, you know, that they're the same beliefs. So it's a good point, Matt.
And, you know, there's plenty of places in the desert states, Texas through southern part of, you know, California, that have Mexican descent, Aztec descent, stuff like that. You know, they don't believe in Christianity. You know, they believe in other religions. They believe in their faith. It goes all the way back to what we were talking about earlier about knowing the area that you go to. Because if you go into a spot that, say, has Aztec or Mayan descent there, and you say a Christian prayer or anything, you are going to piss off those spirits. And those spirits are going to attack you more because of the history between the natives and the Spanish settlers that came over. So you are going to be touching on something in history that is a hurtful time. And you may think it will protect you or anything, but in reality, you're going to make that spirit hate you. You're going to make that spirit hate anybody else that comes into that area. It's good to have a belief, yes, but know when to use it and when not to use it. Because everything rolls downhill. Everything there's pros and cons to everything that you're doing. And spirits, in my opinion, and it's the same thing with cryptids or anything else. Yes, you respect their territory, you respect them, but some spirits are just, excuse my language, but are assholes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's very true too.
And it doesn't matter what. I mean,
you'll be doing a spirit box session, and all of a sudden, it calls you an asshole, or calls you a bitch, or what? It just cusses you out constantly.
Or they say F you.
Yes, and there is, and nobody ever wants to touch on these subjects about a lot of history in the States alone, that there is racism in our history. There is hatred in our history. And a lot of spirits, you don't know who that person was in their lifetime. You may get a name, you may get whatever, but you don't know anything about that person. You don't know anything about what went on in their life. And you trying to get information out of these people when they don't want to talk is making them mad also. And it's not like they can just scream at you and tell you what to do, because a lot of these instruments and everything that you're using in your field, they don't know anything about that. You say, touch this flashlight or this REM pod, and that person is 200 years old. They don't know anything about that. They think, and when you hear demon or whatever come across a spirit box, most likely they're calling you a demon, because you are bringing shiny, flashing lights that make noise and is something that they would never see in their lifetime.
And
that's why,
sorry.
yeah, I was going to say some do actually take the time to explain what it is, which is good because they go, well, hang on, we don't know when they were alive. This may be foreign to them. So they try to explain what the devices are and, don't be scared. Yes, they make noise, they make lights or, whatever. And I think that's another wise idea because you don't know when they were human.
You're going to have more chances to try to make a contact on the other side if you do explain what you're trying to do to the spirits. As Matt is saying, if you go out on an investigation and you go out and say, hey, come and touch my K2. And like Matt's saying, the spirit is 200 and 300 years old. K2 didn't exist at that time. So he's going like, what the hell is he talking about? So
and I'm famous for doing that. Like,
he's going to do something else instead of, but if you go and tell him, listen, I have a black box with a green light. If you come next to it and you explain what you want to do, you're going to have more chances to have a response on your K2 than just saying, hey, come and touch my K2. And no offense to nobody,
No.
but learning that and knowing how to use those things is a better way to go forward. And like Matt is saying, you don't know that person. So put more chances on your side to try and get the story of that person, to try and get information from that person instead of just trying to get a name and get a spirit or a response. If you do it wiser, you're going to have better chances of doing stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead, DK.
Especially to the history people. Back, years ago, I mean, you're trying to contact them and everything, and they're not used to them all these advices that we use.
Yeah.
And I've heard also that they think it's maybe you're bringing witchcraft in or something,
right?
Yeah, I was going to say that's a very good point because back then, depending on how old the spirit is, some things would have been seen as witchcraft or witchery, or so they're very, very hesitant to have anything to do with that.
Just an example, Dom, show that REM pod again, the skull. If you take this thing up to Salem and you have that put out in Salem, where the witch trials happen with that star, black skull, lighting eyes, everything, you are a demon. You are a witch with that. Yep. And all these items that are so cool and cool looking to us nowadays, because we understand that it's a box, that it's a piece of equipment. You have to look at it through their perspective, their time period. And it's like a lot of these spirits, especially during the Civil War and everything, 90% of the Southern soldiers, the Confederate soldiers, didn't even know how to read, let alone write.
That's true.
You have, and go ahead, DK.
The technology we have today, they didn't have back in that time.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But as Matt is saying too, sorry to cut you two guys. As Matt is saying, the soldiers back in the days, but not just the soldiers. Basically, a lot of the population didn't know how to read or write. So when you do your research properly and you try to find information on certain places or certain burials, sometimes you'll get an X or just a line. That was a way to sign saying, okay, I just signed this. Right. Well, actually, if it's a dead person, it's somebody in the family that signed the name. But sometimes when you look at the name, you're going to get only the age, let's say 35 years old. He was from Boston, example. and that's about it that you're gonna find. So you're gonna know that somebody's 38. He's from Boston. He's buried in this cemetery, but you don't know if it's a woman, children, a man, whatsoever. So
See, that's what I like about dowsing rods, because they've been around for a long time. Granted, they were used to find water, but they've been around since Native American,
it's been longer than
Civil
that,
War. So they have been around, so they know what they are.
They've been dowsing rods in different their shapes or forms have been around since the beginning of age. We call it Ice Age and stuff. They had dowsing rods also there. So it's been dowsing rods been there. Let's say from the beginning of time till presently.
To be honest with you, that was my first paranormal equipment.
In different shapes. We'll go different shape. Vodka just left. In
we'll
different
get her back.
shape or form. And dowsing rods, but they've been there since the beginning of time. So.
Yeah.
To tell you, the very first was the Y stick. Was a split branch that they held out, and it was like that's where the dowsing rods come from. Is it was a finding rod. It was a water rod. And then it came out as 2 pieces of 90-degree oak wood. Then it went up to metal and all that stuff. But
actually, the part with the metal, it started to come out in the Victorian age when they started to do seances and stuff like that. That's when the separate parts came apart. But way before, like you said, it was the Y thing. A lot of people use that, especially walking in deserts and stuff, to find sources of water and stuff like that.
Yep.
Let's say, sorry, Matt, again, too.
Hey,
you're good.
Like,
you're good.
Cut in and stuff.
You're fine. A lot of the stuff that we use today, it should not work. It should not happen. Most of the stuff that you're going to get with today's standard equipment to prepare yourself, all this stuff, to help yourself in investigations, you are more likely getting residual energy from the spirits around, but it's a newer spirit that does understand technology that is playing with you. So
it will take a certain time. I'll give you an example. I've been working for the past 4 years in a cemetery in Montreal. The cemetery is from 1764. As Matt was saying, you're gonna get the more new spirits. Well, that cemetery has been closed since 1895. So the newest spirits, they're a little bit more quick to answer the questions.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been there for 4 years, and we're starting to get answers from the old spirits, the first ones that were buried in the cemetery. So it takes time to adapt to the stuff we have today compared back in the days. Not saying they didn't have good stuff back in the days, but because they did get spirits back in the days also. Some equipment that we use presently are evolved, like Matt is saying, but still you have to give time. And the most important thing on an investigation or whatsoever, it could be cryptids, it could be UFOs, it's time and patience.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't do that. You can't do that just to say, "Oh, we're gonna film something to have something on my YouTube channel." That's not how it's done.
Right.
Even you guys, when you travel to go somewhere, you travel a couple of hours to go to a place. You're gonna spend a couple of hours on the spot to investigate, then you'll drive another couple of hours to go home and still work on on what you did. But what I'm saying is you're gonna need time. Some investigation, you're gonna go to a place, you're gonna spend 8, 10, 12 hours there. You're gonna have 0 EVPs, you're gonna have 0 noise, knocking whatsoever. You're gonna leave
I've
that
been there a
place.
few times.
You're gonna leave that place saying, "Oh, that was shit. It's not haunted."
Yep.
It's not
But
the
the other thing is, they're not just there at beck and call either. I mean, they don't just hang
that's one of
around
the
and
things.
wait for guys to come in, or you know, people to come in and go, "Hey, we're here, make a noise," and it happens. I mean,
I'll give you another example of what you're saying, Volka. When I do paranormal investigations out for the company in Montreal, we do have people come with us to investigate. And the first thing I do tell them when I start the session is, listen, this is not McDonald's. You can't order spirits as you want. We can spend 8 hours here tonight and we won't have nothing. I can't guarantee you that we're gonna have paranormal. I could guarantee you that the place where we're investigating is freaking haunted. I can't guarantee you that tonight or at this moment we're gonna get something.
Right.
You could be at a place. We went, I'll give you another example quick. We went to a place, we spent 14 hours filming for a web show for TV. We had nothing at all. We couldn't present nothing to the producer. And we got in an argument because he wanted us to return there and fake a couple of bullshit stuff. Another story. But we went there back again with the regular team, and we brought 2 new recruits with us. We spent 45 minutes and we got out of the place, not because we were scared, because the energy was too much. In 45 minutes, we had 79 direct answers to our questions. When I say direct answers, I'm not just saying yes and no. Example, can you knock on this beam? No. Why can't you knock on this beam? And this spirit would answer you, too hard for me. I do not have enough energy. On which floor are you? On the 3rd floor. On which floor am I? You're in the basement and stuff like that. It was mind-boggling. It was a lot of energy, and we were like, how can I explain it? We were too much energy will make you choke, like you're choking on something. We had to get out there to get air and stuff. And like I said, I'm not an expert. I've been doing that for 24 years. I'm not an expert, but when it's too much, it's too much. You have to move on. It's good to have like the best EVPs or pictures you can get, but also at the same time, you have to protect yourself. When it's too much, it's too much. Get out, follow your guts and stuff like that. So,
I mean, when we go film, is what you see is what we see. We don't get out there. We don't fake nothing. We don't stage nothing. It's pretty much what you see is what we see. And
all I'm trying to say is
we're not out there to to film and and stage things and ratings or numbers and whatever else. It's just we're there to share the content.
It's just with the protection idea. My father was a Baptist preacher. He was a Baptist exorcist. He cleansed houses. He did a lot of things that you would see in the movies, and I've experienced it. There is things out there, yes, but the way I've seen how bad it can get when you don't know what you're doing, going out, saying, and know your faith before, if you're going out there and you don't have a strong belief in God, if you don't have a strong belief in anything, don't go out there spouting wild prayers that you have no clue what it means. Know yourself, because a spirit will leave you alone if you are not going there pissing them off.
Yeah. And another, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Another thing I want to say is, this is a little, speaking of Catholic or any preacher or pastor like thing, I'm not going to say any name, but I was in an investigation with somebody and they were like, oh, I'm an old pastor, I can't get possessed.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, he was possessed and we were dragging him to the car and all that. It was that bad. And I'm like, why do you think just because you're a preacher or priest or whatever, voodoo, witch doctor, whatever the fuck you think you are, if you know, but it doesn't matter, because those preachers and all that are the more likely to get possessed more than anything, I think, because they're so spiritual or whatever. So they're more likely to, oh gosh, see, Matt's pulling a knife out on
No.
Say,
No.
a common face.
This blade has been blessed by 4 different preachers.
I think I remember you telling me that before.
Yes. It's been blessed. It's been honed by me and taken care of by me. And I was in a haunted asylum just checking it out. This was supposed to protect me. Okay. I was still pushed and my leg was broken at the tibia in 3 different places.
Oh, I still remember that shit.
Wow.
And if you do not, people in chat, if you do not believe what he's talking about,
it's on one of his live
still
streams.
on the live. He was on the live stream doing that. And
I was in the chat
clearly
watching when that crap happened.
Be explicit. You can clearly hear the fall and the break.
Wow.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
It's because I lost my faith in Christianity that they said that didn't work, because I don't have the faith to back it. So any of this, like I said, this stuff is that it makes you have a safety blanket around you.
Yeah.
It's not going to protect you.
I'll give you another example of protection and stuff like that. I'm a guy
he didn't fall on his knife, Colin.
No.
He had the knife and he still got pushed.
I'm the type of guy. Well, I'm Catholic first. I was baptized, and my religion is Catholic. I have no choice. Not that I had no choice, but like I said, the cross I had before was blessed from a priest in Italy. It was blessed also by a cardinal here in Montreal. For a while, I was like man was saying, I was in the dark, so the dark place. I'm not gonna hide it. Went through a lot of health issues, so I went in the big depression, dark place, and I started to take off my cross, not wear it, and asking maybe have a little like dark thoughts, like why is God leaving me in this shit, in this condition, and this is like crap and stuff. And I was going darker and darker and darker, and when I decided to put back my cross, when shit happened. It
Yeah.
got ripped from the cross. Jesus, actually, I can show you this one. You can see a small Jesus on the cross. The other one I have is a big cross and a big Jesus. Well, the Jesus got ripped from the cross, not the full chain, nothing, just the Jesus. And now you're talking about that, Matt, and I'm going, man. You just made me like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. This, I was looking for answers of why the fuck that happened after 4 years of investigating the same place.
Yeah.
Now it's
also people think that you can only go to an investigation, go to a place, and get attacked or possessed. No, I've seen personally twice somebody get possessed. People get possessed on the live stream. Dom's one of them. I've seen that with my own
well,
eyes.
actually,
Like,
hold on, Nubsy. That day when I got hits, I was not the only one.
no, it was
about
4 or 5 people that actually
it was
got
10
physically
people,
hurt.
but physically hurts. It was 4 people. Some were bleeding from the ears, from the nose, and this is not a joke. What I'm saying.
Wow.
I got
was-
completely knocked out. I took my clothes off, my jewelry, my protections, everything. In front of a live stream.
His eyes were pure white.
People were freaking out,
Like,
and people even wrote to me after asking what happened. And some people that were part of my life at that moment were freaking out, crying, and yeah.
dude, it was. And then I had something on my stream where somebody got possessed.
Well,
Hardcore.
actually, no, not Roger. Fuck, what's his name? At the bridge, on the live stream, his eyes went back in his head.
Well, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That too, but I was talking about my alien stream that one time.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay.
His eyes went pure white. I ended the stream right then and there. Like, well, it did it twice. I ended it the second time. I was like, yeah, we're going to end this and talk about it.
I just want to say something with Slim. You know, yes, that was said, but here's the thing. Until you experience excruciating pain from doing this stuff,
that's true, Paul.
I had to crawl 2 miles on my hands and one leg because I was alone through dirt, broken glass, everything. It is not fun. It is not pleasurable. And most people that will ever experience this kind of pain, most paranormal investigators will never do it again. I laid for 8 months on a couch. And yeah,
I'm glad you did.
The soul can be taken. Yes. But you have to go through that pain to be saved.
You know, a lot of people are gonna send me rocks or be tell me
let them
stuff, but paranormal is not for everybody. Paranormal is not a game.
True.
A lot of people want to jump on the bandwagon because they think it's cool, they think it's hot and stuff like that.
Right.
It's freaking dangerous. It could be deadly.
Oh, yes.
Some investigators actually died on an investigation. If you think I'm joking, you can go through the internet papers and stuff like that. You'll find some articles on, and not just I'm not just talking about paranormal. I'm talking about cryptid, UFOs, and stuff like that. It could be freaking dangerous.
Yes.
Okay. So when we tell you to be prepared to go on an investigation,
be prepared.
This is what we're telling you. Be prepared. And not just prepared saying, okay, we're going to a cool location. Be prepared. Like Matt says a lot of times on Matt Lives.
Always let somebody know where you're going. At least one person.
Prepared. even be over prepared. Okay, like Matt says, if you need 1 gallon of water, bring 2. If you need 6 pairs of socks, bring 18 well, don't go too overload, because after that you're gonna kill yourself to transport those stuff. But be over prepared a little bit on the investigation. Be ready when you go for anything.
This
Yeah.
is
Matt,
2 pounds.
Well, Matt, that's why I was going that way, so you can present the stuff that people can use. And this is not only like Matt is showing stuff, but that's for everybody. It could be paranormal, UFO, cryptics, name it. If you're going anywhere outside in the woods stuff, this is something you're gonna need in your backpack. Matt, you want to take it away?
Let DK say what he was going to say.
Oh, sorry. I sorry, DK, if I cut you.
No, you're all right. What I was going to say is, when you get in that line of field at paranormal, it's not a game.
Right.
Right.
Because you have to be prepared for anything.
Yes. And that, like what you said, DK, it's not a game, but a lot of people treat it as a game because it's like what Dom said. It's I hate saying it, but everybody and their grandmother has a paranormal channel now, or a cryptid channel, or something, because of the way YouTube and social media and everything is. It's they want to be on a bandwagon, but they think they're invincible. Everybody believes they're invincible. And it's in me, it's in Nubs, it's in Dom, it's in Vodka, Taro, and Fluffy, wherever y'all are.
They're in the background.
I'm
They're
eating
there.
chicken strips.
I want chicken strip.
They're eating my
please.
fingers.
I'm hungry.
They're eating my real fingers.
But this stuff is, if you think it's going to be a game, you don't have a restart button. You don't have a play again. This is one life. And it goes for all fields. Going cryptid hunting, you may not be killed by Bigfoot or whatever. You're going to be killed by the cottonmouth or the rattler that you didn't see. Same thing with paranormal.
Well, even if you explore abandoned places, you can still kill yourself.
Right.
I mean, you got
well, actually,
you got people, you got animals. Even if you fall through like a hole in the floor, like Dakota did, but imagine if you fall through a hole and it's like 5 feet, like not 5, but like 5 stories, and you fall, you're gonna get hurt.
Here's an example to it. Okay.
No matter what you do, you're putting your life in danger when you go out there.
Right. You know how many of these graveyards were made in the 1700s or earlier that did not have caskets, that did not have anything? They were just a body put in a grave, and they create sinkholes. They create loose ground. And if you're out there exploring, like Dom, you said that graveyard was in the 1700s?
Yep.
Okay. Some of those unmarked graves that's out there, because not everybody could afford a tombstone at that time.
You still can't afford it.
Well, actually, this cemetery, it's been redone. It's a park, so they fill up the sinkholes, as you were saying, and stuff like that. But back in the day, your rates, and this was a cholera cemetery, so there was no headstones. It was mass graves and stuff like that. So,
yeah, you have to know your territory. You have to know the area that you go to, because there is a lot of Civil War graveyards that have no tombstones. Like the soldiers were put in mass graves, and it creates a sinkhole when it rains, when it's, flooding happens, everything happens. You have to take nature into consideration going to these places. If it's been raining for 5 days and you decide to go out the next sunny day, that is literally considered quicksand, quick dirt. You can fall in there and be covered in 20 to 30 pounds of dirt on top of you in an instant, and you are going to suffocate. Yep. There is nobody pulling you out of that until afterwards.
Yeah.
And especially people that do have health problems, that, how do I say it? People that are overweight, people that are
smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Right. People that are not at peak performance, peak health, or anything. You have to, even if you're in a team, when something happens to you, you put that other person into danger also.
Yeah.
If you break your leg and you weigh 250 pounds, but the person with you is nubby size and he can only lift at max 110 pounds.
Hey, I can
he
lift
is not
200.
Can you lift can you lift 250 pounds out of 50 pounds of dirt?
And dead weight too, half the time.
Probably
because
not.
they can't help you. So, and you smoke, nubby, like the rest of us. So that is putting you at danger. And now, instead of one person hurt, both of you are in danger. Both of you are now going. Nubby's going to have a heart attack trying to pull you out of that hole because he smokes and not at peak performance health.
Definitely not.
And everybody knows who I'm going to talk about because they're big name people. But the fam, what's his name? James the fam. Yeah, him and Omar was at a location, and James the fam can't see it well.
Yeah, he does have bad eyesight.
And they were at a location, and he was walking. He didn't even see a hole that was a body chute into the morgue.
I remember that.
And it was at night, and he almost fell completely through it. That would have went 3 floors down and killed him.
Yep.
This is the stuff that will kill you. Not the spirit, not the cryptid, not anything else. It is man-made buildings that are falling apart that you don't know anything about.
The only way that he could have a safe fall is if I was down there as his cushion.
Yeah, Fluffy.
Like I said, no, not anymore. You've lost a heap of weight. He'd need me down there.
I mean, I lost. I'm not skinny by any means. I lost 55 pounds.
Oh,
well, 55 pounds is 55 pounds.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Fine, then I'll lay down there.
No,
I was gonna say no.
Whatever, Taro.
Oh.
Jenny, stop it too.
Oh, fuck you, Jen.
But that's what I'm talking about. And not how many of you on this panel, besides my sister Taro, how many of you have an emergency kit if anything happens to you? What do you have?
You know what I got, Matt.
Well, I have first aid kits I have well, it's an assemble of different things. Rope,
None somewhere.
knife, well, a small pack of small tools like a saw, screwdriver. Like I said, even have a fishing rod. Well, a little spin wheel with hooks.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah, I
I'm
just got
allergic to
bandages
snakes,
and ointment.
I do have, like I said, a holy oil, bandages. I'm trying to remember. Heating blankets. Well,
Oh, the
emergency blankets.
the
Yeah,
emergency blankets, the
yeah,
mylar blankets.
yeah. That Malar. Yeah, thank you. So I do have that. Candles, matches. Well, the matches are in a plastic container, so they don't get,
Yeah.
well, they're wood, but not to get them wet and stuff.
You said wet.
I also have
Yes.
a kit to do stitches.
Oh.
A sewing kit.
Yeah, sewing kit.
So if you're out stuck in the woods camping, Dom can give you a tattoo.
Well, yeah,
it's
I
going to
could.
be with thread and needle and all that, but it would
I
be
could.
a unique tattoo.
I could. Yeah, and what do I have also?
Yes.
Well, depends on the place I go, because this
Y'all
tends
check
to
out Pops.
evaporate. I do have a small bottle of fuel, which is gas lighter if you want, but it's a small
Yeah.
bottle. But every time I go out, I refill it because, as you know, it evaporates and stuff. So yeah,
Yep.
but I do have a teeny for the rainy days if I'm stuck out and it's raining as hell. So that will help me to get a fire started, so I could heat up myself and take care of myself while I trying to find a way out of my situation.
Right.
But like you said, Matt, it's not all the people that do have those things. So yeah, so I'll let you go there.
Nubs, what do you carry?
I have my little first aid kit that Rob gave me, PLE and Shaney and Dakota and him have.
Now,
It's like a 200-piece kit or whatever.
Now, is it a basic first aid kit?
It's a basic first aid kit.
So it's just plasters.
So basically, he has.
It has like that blanket thing in it too.
Plaster
The
and
heating blanket
wrap.
and
Yeah. The
where you
only
can pull off
thing.
splinters and shit like that. Like it has a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah. So you have plasters, you have alcohol swabs, you have gauze.
I added a few more bandages. I added a lighter, a box of matches also. I added a few things to it also.
Instead of the box of matches, try to find a small container and put your matches inside so they don't get wet.
That is true.
And keep your band of, if they're wooded, you have a band on the side of the box, just cut it and put it inside your bottle or on well, actually mine, I did glue it on top of the lid, so when I open the lid I just go like this and they light up. So
the best thing that you could do, get an empty pill bottle. Okay, get a piece of sandpaper, 30 grit sandpaper, tape it on the inside of the lid. That's going to be your striker for the matches.
Okay.
Also, melt down wax so you can dip the heads of each match into there to make it waterproof and also to extend the flame of it.
And I also carry candle, like little candles.
Tea lights. Tea lights are good to have with your mylar blanket because it will heat you up, because the way through the British body temperature, everybody has a lumen in them, and you go by lumens as heat. One flame is is the basic body temperature of a human being.
Mm.
So if you have one tea light lit, you use a Mylar blanket and hold it over the flame, and it will reflect the same heat into there to go ahead and pre-warm the Mylar blanket to reflect back on you.
It's gonna do like a little furnace if you want.
Right.
It's gonna blow some heat a little bit. So if you do have let's say a tent or your stuff, it's gonna heat up your tent. So if you're stuck outside in minus temperatures, you're gonna have a way better chance of doing that and heating up your tent a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah. Pops, definitely.
Right. Because cleansing and all this stuff is after the investigation and all that stuff. Cleansing isn't going to help you in an emergency situation.
That is true, Donnie. That is what I want.
Now, vodka, what do you have?
Well, I was going to say, I don't really go and do any investigating, but when I do go out camping or whatever, tend to be an over preparer.
Yes.
My husband's always shaking his head because I am always taking way more than what we're going to need. But you just never know what's going to happen out there. So, extra water, extra knives, extra everything basically I take. Rope, kitty litter. He complains because last time we went, we wanted, got to have my vodka. We took a trailer because we were only going for 3 days, but I had 2 young kids. I mean, they're adults now. Shows how long it's been.
Right.
But I wanted to be prepared for anything because we were going 50 Ks out of town, particularly. Too, we weren't just camping local, where it's 5 minutes to anywhere. We ended up taking a trailer because we only had a small sedan. Yeah. And he's just shaking his head the whole time. I'm like, hey, you should be used to this. The 6 Ps. He was in the Army Reserves years ago.
Okay.
And 6 Ps, prior, preparation, prevents, P, poor performance. So, but he'd shake his head and goes, yeah, but there's being prepared and there's being prepared. And I'm like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Same thing. Especially where you're at. And where are you located?
I'm in Albany. I'm on the south coast of Western Australia. We have a lot of mountain areas, beach areas, those sorts of things. So when you go out bush here, you've got snakes, spiders.
They got spiders this big, guys, like
bigger than that.
Yep. But mainly it's the snakes I worry about, to be honest, more than the spiders.
Those are good.
So I've always got my tourniquet. First aid kit is chocked right up with anything we can think of. It's the works. 10, over exaggeration, 10 cans of bug spray. I will take way more than we're ever going to need,
But like in Vodka's situation, there has been cryptid hunters that have been out looking for the yowies. And there was recently a group that went out there and they were around a specific site that was around the king brown snake. Is that what it's called?
Yes, king brown. Oh,
yes.
See, that sounds extremely poisonous and deadly.
Yes, it is one of the most
around it.
It's one of the most dangerous snakes in Australia.
Yes, it is.
And everything in Australia is dangerous.
Right. And
she's not dangerous.
No, you understand what I mean. Well, a lot. If it's not an alligator, it's a crocodile. It's the spiders, snakes,
right?
Diseases, and so on and so on and so on. So you have to be very careful in certain parts of the world where you go.
Definitely.
Comes back to your preparation at the beginning.
Yes.
Knowing your location, knowing your surroundings, knowing everything you're doing. So
snakes particularly though, I think really I mean, yeah, spiders, yeah, okay. We've got a few big ones. We've got a few.
You got the
See,
huntsman.
spiders don't bother me as much as snakes.
But the
like,
snakes here,
so
look, you can be gone very, very fast, you know, and the more you move, if you're on your own, you can be cactus real quick because the more you move, the adrenaline pumps, the blood pumps around your body, the poison is pumping around to everywhere
and
a lot
y'all
faster.
also got them wild dingoes and like, don't y'all got
But
wild
yes,
boar?
certain areas, yes, we've got
Don't
certain
y'all got
areas.
like
there's
wild
dingoes.
boar too and all that?
Yeah, yeah.
And boar is
Yeah.
dangerous as hell. Like,
I mean, here where I am, you probably come across more roos, foxes, bunnies, birds, lots of birds, snakes, spiders.
love
Yeah.
it.
You might get the odd boar here and there, but there's not a lot in our area. Night, Charmaine?
I've seen some beefcake kangaroos that make Arnold Schwarzenegger look like a baby.
Oh man.
The big boomers, mate. You gotta look
Yeah.
out for them. There was one on the news not long ago. A guy went out to see what the commotion was, and he's got a couple of little staffy pity type dogs, and they were going off their face. And he went out there, and I think I dropped the link somewhere along the line on another live because he actually went up against this roo. It was a roo who was going to try to get through the fence or go over the fence to get to his dogs, and yeah, he went down pretty quick. He went down swinging. But he went down pretty quick, and he actually did get the roo. You know, the roo was actually thrown off course a little bit, but he's lucky, man. They can rip you up in no time. The big boomers, particularly.
But there's also the smaller ones that you don't see. There's a specific ant that puts over 1,000 people in a hospital a month called jumping jacks.
Yeah.
And one sting from one of them will put you in anaphylactic shock.
Not about me on it first.
Oh no.
I'm good. I don't like fire ants.
As soon as it stings you, it's an automatic reaction.
Fire ants compared to what Matt is talking about is like
wow,
taking a sip of water and taking a big sip of Jack Daniels.
Yes.
Yeah, don't sit on that brown snake, hun. Do not sit on it.
Right. And the brown snakes are just like any other snakes. They hide. They want to. They like the heat, yes, but they also like to hide in shaded areas, and it's anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, and got to watch out for the jugites here too. And what worries me actually more than anything is the small and the juvenile, the babies, because they
have more venom.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, and that we didn't realize. Mum had actually gotten. Well, it wasn't even a bite. We were cleaning out an old shed. We were helping some people we know, and we went back in there to finish cleaning up. And within a few seconds, Mum was like, "Oh, what was that?" And she thought it was a bug, a spider, an insect, whatever. Looked down, couldn't see a thing.
And we get water moccasins too.
Within a few minutes, she started feeling really off.
Yeah.
Well, an hour later, she's feeling really off. The heart's going, the works. I'm going, Mum, we should be going to the hospital.
Right.
No, I'll be fine. Can't see anything. Have another look for me. All we found was the tiniest scratch.
A
little tiny scratch. Another hour later, she ended up ringing an emergency line. And they're like, okay, hang on. How long ago was this? You should be at the hospital. That sounds like a juvenile snake.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was very lucky, put it that way. She was my mum, old school, stubborn, man, won't go, even when she died. And she was lucky to have survived that. We had a snake guy out, we got one out, and he looked at the area. He goes, "Oh, look, this time of year, perfect for the juveniles coming out, which are way more dangerous than a big one." You know, in my work, I'd rather come across a big one than a juvenile any day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, she was very, very lucky, and that's the thing. They can in suburbia here, particularly because we're in a lot of country areas. I'm 400 k's down south from the big city.
Yep.
and it's all old farming land and bushland. So, you know, that's the one thing, even in suburbia, we've got to be careful of is the snakes.
Wear your boots.
Big long boots.
And gators and your snake gators. So, but DK, what do y'all carry?
What do we carry?
For emergencies and everything.
Like emergency kit. What do we carry?
It's just everything, pretty much everything we need. You know.
Okay.
Like we carry like something like quick start, make sure the battery don't die.
Right.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I mean,
that's always a good thing to have, actually.
Right here. That's literally sitting here charging. One of these things.
We got one in the bed.
Yeah, it's a jump starter. It's an air inflator. And also, it has 2 USB ports on it that can charge any electrical device that you have. So, this is 3 things in one that you always need to carry with you. And, I mean, it's a self-charger. So, it's got a charge port right here. You don't need to plug it up to your car. You don't need to do anything because the majority of this stuff has to be plugged into a power source. But carry one of these, and it also has an emergency flashlight on it also. The thing's a beast. It weighs probably about 15 pounds, but this is what you keep in the back of your car. Take it with you into a place or whatever.
I have one of those. I didn't say it, but I have one of those in my trunk. Also on my knife, I do have this little thing.
Glass breaker.
Very, 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 very useful.
Yeah.
I mean, carry a knife with me, but that's the only weapon I carry. I need to carry something more.
A knife is not a weapon. A knife is a tool. A knife is a self-defense if need be. But a knife...
It also has I have a back clip on it, but I don't use it on the clip.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it away before I cut myself. Matt, you just went... I don't know where you went, but you went dark as hell. All you can see is 2 eyes in the back.
I know, that's really creepy. I think he froze.
Yeah, he froze. He froze, but he's black, and all you can see is 2 like.
Oh my god, that's
creepy. Somebody take
evil.
Oh fuck, man! I have to take a photo.
I'm trying to get the picture before it goes.
Leave it like that. Come on, cell phone.
That's actually really creepy.
Jesus. The locations we go to.
No. Hold on.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey. Nubsy, I didn't get it. I took your picture, so send it to me after.
Sorry,
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
D and K, what were you saying? Y'all, what were y'all saying?
What was you saying?
What I was saying, where we go is there's a lot of bear activity. So I carry bear spray in my pocket.
That's because I know we got we got black bear and somebody said we had grizzly bear around here, but I've personally never seen the grizzly bear in Virginia.
No,
so I don't believe that shit.
No,
one bit.
You don't. Yeah.
All I know is we got black bears.
Yeah.
But Somebody told me that we have grizzlies, and I'm like, I don't think so. But you, cool, you can think that. But
we have black bears here. We have brown bears, and we have grizzlies.
I was gonna say y'all probably got grizzlies up there where you are.
Well, hold on. The grizzlies are more up west in the upper Canada, western Canadian, but we do have brown bears and black bears.
The worst thing we got around here that
Here
I
in
know
Quebec,
is coyotes.
Here in Quebec, we also have wolves, coyotes, foxes, and we do have here in Quebec. Well, up north, in Quebec, we do have some wild pigs or boars if you want them. So yeah,
But
and
yeah,
they're nasty as hell.
I know because I be walking in the woods. You know how I walk in my woods at night and all that by myself.
Yeah.
Until I hear, and we also got bobcat. I know for a fact we got 1 or 2 bobcats that like to stalk behind the yard and all that.
We do have bobcats. Well,
Matt, you was a demon there for a second, bro. Like
your picture was scary as hell, man. It went
I
all
sent you the
black, and
picture,
all we
Dom.
could see is 2 eyes.
I'm sending it to you now, Matthew.
It was creepy, man.
My somebody just smacked into one of the power poles.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Oh wow!
Are they okay?
We got.
I don't know. It was down the street.
We got something in our woods, Slim.
What I was going to show y'all though was this thing.
Yeah, Matt, watch the picture Nubsy is showing you. That
is what you look like. But if
really?
You look faithfully, it looks like a freaking demon face. Like
I mean, I do have a protected spirit board that supposedly is containing a creature.
I'm gonna let picture of that creature for sure, man. Send me that picture, Nubsy.
I did. I sent it to Dom, and Dom's always good at freaking.
I'm gonna clean
it
up and bring it up.
I'll be back. I'll show y'all the 2 masquerade masks that I just picked up from a
great.
Cool.
From a estate sale.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And yeah, supposedly the lady of this house was into seances and in the 40s, and
I gotta get potty real fast. I will be right back.
I'll be back too. Y'all
Dom, you're in charge.
Yeah,
I'm in charge. Okay,
I'll be back.
Y'all have fun. I'll be right back.
Nubsy's gone. Let's have a party.
I was gonna say, let's start the party now.
I was saying to everybody, not the Nubsy's gone. Don't have a party.
Just don't get naked, and I don't care what y'all do. Y'all can smoke crack, meth, and I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll be back. I really gotta pee.
Okay.
Got a question.
Yes, DK, or Danielle.
Hey, Dom, it's not Danielle, it's Daniel.
I'm Canadian. The way I'm talking is different, but it is Danielle. Say Danielle the tono.
I'm sorry.
It's Daniel.
That's his French accent.
Sorry, it's my French, English, Italian accent that comes into play, but it is Danielle. I don't want to display name you something else.
You good? You good?
Okay.
No, you're good. It's all right. But I also want to say that we got GOTHGIRL here. That if you have any questions for her, you can ask.
We're both. I know.
Yeah, we're DNK, but she's got her own channel, and this is Ghost Girl.
Yeah, I know that, but not everybody knows that it's two separate groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Vodka also knows about it, but
Yeah.
not everybody knows. On the panel, we have a couple, but one is called Ghost Girls Paranormal Adventures, and the other one is called DK Paranormal Adventures. Two different channels, but the same people that we have on panel right now.
Yeah, that's like DNK. That's us now, but my wife's got a channel. It's Ghost Girl.
Uh-huh.
So, Ghost Girl Paranormal Adventure.
So we were talking about. Hold on, we're talking about crazy animals everywhere and whatsoever. Like Nubsy was saying, we do have mountain, what we call mountain lions or bobcats. We do have those here in Quebec also.
Wow.
Some depends where you live. Depends on the region where you live. Some will come to your balcony to get in the trash and stuff like that to eat out because they're trying to find food.
Yeah.
Also, bears. They tend when you live back in the region like I do. Bears tend to come to the houses or the garbage cans and stuff like that to find food. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can wake up and go to the balcony and come to open the door and you realize that you have a bobcat or you have a big brown bear watching you through the window. So you'll say, okay, see you later. I'll go make my toast and come back later on.
See, everybody worries about Australia. We don't have to worry about any of those things here. I mean, you know.
We were actually going to a location to film, and there was a black bear standing there.
Wow.
And I thought it was a statue, and it moved its head. I'm like, oh my god, that's real. So,
wow.
When they come statues, it's because they're looking at you. They're investigating you.
Yeah.
And that could be the bad part or the good part.
And he was a big boy. I'm telling you.
So, speaking of black bear, me and my buddy was actually playing Magic the Gathering in my front yard, and a baby bear just walked right by us. And then 5 minutes later, the mama bear just straight up running right by us.
Nubsy, put Matt.
That's what I was doing.
Okay, cool.
I got it. Oh, dude, that's
I like that.
I have an obsession with masquerade masks, no matter what. And
this one is pretty cool.
But here's my big
wow.
one. And
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Oh, they're the sorts I like.
Yeah, they're both made in like 1943, something like that.
Dude, those masks are freaking awesome. Creepy, but awesome.
Yeah, those are awesome. Seriously, wow.
Yeah, and she has a citrate right here in the top, jewel. So these are going to be my new girls that go in my my man cave. Man,
nice.
Very cool. I used to have a set of 3 similar to that, but they got broken in one of my moves.
I'm gonna give you a face sculpture of my face and send it to you for your man cave.
Okay, I'll take it. But Jen, Fluffy, are y'all there?
Oh, they're still here.
Jen,
Yes.
I bought these for you. I bought this for you. It's a
It's a
blackjack.
friendship bracelet.
No, it's a blackjack paracord. It's a
I know.
blackjack paracord for you. It's a 6-foot one. And for Fluffy, I got this one for him. It's
Oh, thank you.
Those are cool.
and for Nubby,
Nubby.
you get a paracord bracelet.
Yeah, I get a bracelet, bro.
Nice, cool.
I like that. I will rock
Yeah.
it a lot other than the beach. The beach is the only place I won't wear it, and that's because I'll lose it.
And yours is 10 foot.
I mean, I know something. No, oh, we're not gonna go there no more.
And it can hold up to 2,500 pounds. So
Well, see, we spent too long out of the gutter, didn't we? Had to come back.
Oh,
Right.
man.
I
so
had to go together.
So Miss Jen and Fluffy. Miss Jen and Fluffy.
Yeah.
What do y'all carry?
I carry a whole lot of everything. No, I carry a lot of. It really depends on the location I'm going, but my standard pack that comes everywhere with us has
Yes.
what I call a basic first aid kit. And
Hello.
my basic first aid kit is like
Oh.
self put together.
Hi,
It is
Chrissy.
not
Right.
from the store. It has every different type of bandage you can think of, including gauze pads, ace bandage, all kinds of stuff to make tourniquets with. About 5 or
Right.
6 different bandanas in it. It also has my respirator mask in it for going into abandoned buildings I don't trust. Several different styles of gloves. We have spare
Right.
socks. We have spare socks in there. We have 2 different types of blankets. We have spare flashlights that I check periodically. Bunches of batteries. Different styles of knives are in there. Striker sticks, purification tablets for water. What else could we keep in there? Outside of our
What she means by
well, that's our paranormal
striker
kit,
sticks and everything is ferrocerium rods.
Yep.
This a ferrocerium rod is a flint stick that, like, when you strike a lighter, it creates sparks.
Yep.
These can range between 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit to 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. There's multiple kinds. This is the one that I made myself, and I bought the little strikers for it. But most people can buy one of these UTS easy strikes. And the thing with these is you have to have skill with them. You have to know how to strike it. You have to know how to. Let me show you. And yeah, it will make a fire in any situation that you need to. And also, they have storage containers on here. So you can put cotton balls with Vaseline in it. You can put any kind of dry tinder into it and keep it on you so you don't have to go and search for it. But go ahead, Jen. Keep going.
We carry at least 4 or 5 different types of lighters, several different types of matches, bungee cord, rope. I have a emergency room grade stitch kit in there. I also have a line that I could administer an IV with because I have the ability to do that. And I have, what else? So I have boot covers in there.
Yep.
It's just for any type of terrain that I could possibly think of that we would be in. Additional power cords for any type of devices we have, additional battery packs. And I know it sounds like a lot of stuff, but some of this doesn't weigh as much as you think. So we're able to pack it very securely.
Right.
We have mini saws. We have flare sticks. We have, which I need to get more flares. I do need to get more of those because they are used in all kinds of situations. You should always have them in your car.
We actually have some players in our van.
Yep.
Actually, we need to get that. So yeah.
Because I also do live in a desert area, or I do travel through a desert quite often. I have snake bite kits. I have UV lights for identifying scorpions, and
Yep.
all kind. Like I have a lot of stuff. Like I can't think of everything off the top of my head, but there is a lot in there, and I'm periodically checking on things.
Yeah.
Do I still use it? When am I going to use it? And some things I move into different packs. Some things I add into my pack, just depending on the type of time of year it is, where I'm traveling to, things like that. And we also always have a small tent that is stationary in my car. It does not come out unless I'm checking it, just for quality and quality control of it. But we have a larger tent. We have sleeping bags that are for 30 below temperature. We have all kinds of stuff, MREs, but we're getting into a couple of different variations of what people would call MREs. We've been talking to Matt about the different types of food that we should be keeping on hand versus just your standard MRE. Purification bottles, water purification bottles. There's a lot in my
Nor SOPA.
Yeah, we have tons of those. We have so many of those.
This is a quick, easy, rehydratable meal that is supposed to feed 3 people. You could ration this out for 3 separate meals. I mean, this was $1.25.
You add the water to the bag.
Yes, ma'am. It's a boiling bag. Yes.
See, they need to do that with tuna helper.
They have a form of it.
They do.
Yeah, they have a form of it you could use. But you could also just add noodles to tuna inside the bag and do it that way too. Like an aluminum bag. And then I have like hard candy and stuff like that I keep in there stationary, because hard candy will increase your sugar balance and things like that if you're, hiking or anything like that. And plus it doesn't go bad very easy.
And it will activate your metabolism inside also. So it'll keep you going.
And Slim is correct, and I love Slim to death. He's an amazing man. I love you so much, Slim. He knows that I am a packing hoarder. Like I will sit there and go, nope, I need it. And I will also, depending on who I'm with, I will have extra. I will always have extra gloves. I will always have extra socks. There will always be extra food, extra bandage, extra water. Depending on, I'll ask people, what's in your pack? Okay, this is in my pack. I'm going to bring extra in case you don't have enough. Because I'd rather carry an 80-pound pack and have enough to get us through 72 hours than carry a 25-pound pack and we're lucky to survive maybe 24.
And see, that's another thing. You have to also, a lot of this stuff that I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you, you have to test it. You have to know the gear. And I don't want to hear anybody saying, oh, I don't want to do that because that's a bunch of BS, because you will go to a place and you'll learn that EMF detector. You'll go to a place and learn that REM pod. You'll do everything else, Why not taking... Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
you're good.
We're going to get off here because it's getting late for us. And
thank y'all for coming up. Definitely.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for leading, Danielle.
It's great
You're
seeing you
welcome. Thank you.
guys.
It was great to meet y'all.
You
Have
too.
a good
it was great.
night.
It was great.
Good to see you
be
again,
on
guys.
here
Take
and-
care.
You too, Baka.
Yep, y'all sleep good.
We'll try to.
Okay.
Sticky
Don't
notes
don't
for
let Nuffy bite.
us on your live stream.
Oh yeah, definitely,
And-
definitely. Love
Always.
having new people.
Y'all are
new
good
guests up
people.
here, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Love you guys.
You
Yep,
got,
love
love you guys
y'all.
too. See you
Well,
guys.
look,
Love y'all.
That
Well,
night,
Y'all
guys.
take
everybody.
care.
You too.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. All right. Who asked a question? Was it Double D that asked a question about the spring-loaded ferro rod?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yes, there is multiple different types of ferro rods.
Haha, there it is.
There is one that has been made by Swiss, the Swiss rods. That is a single-handed, in case you break an arm or whatever, you can hold and you push down. But it's kind of tricky because you have to be able to hold the striker into it and still have enough strength to push down to create the sparks into that one area. Like I said, any of this stuff and anything with movable parts can break. Sorry, Vodka.
Now you're up saying silently saying goodnight to Donnie so I don't interrupt.
And he's leaving after I said that.
He's like, God, man, no.
I know. Damn it, Nubs.
Oh, you going
Way to
too,
go.
Slim? Good night, Han. See you, Slim.
Nice
Night,
one.
Slim.
Night,
Night,
Donnie.
brother.
Night, Slim.
Dang, been live for
But
2
a
hours.
lot of
36
this stuff and everything,
minutes.
well, I mean, information
It's good to have.
from a lot of people is, it takes a long time. It takes
Oh,
a very long time.
That's what I love about these
And
stories.
And I will say I have all that stuff because I had a
Right.
military father. And my
Good night,
military
Jerry.
dad used to
Yep.
make me go hiking, used to make me camp out, and made me carry packs the whole time since I was like 8 years old. So that is second
Yes,
nature
ma'am.
for me to have way more than I need, but also a
It's
big.
better to have all that extra instead of having none.
But it was instilled on me at a very young
Right.
age that if the apocalypse happened tomorrow, like, do you have stuff to survive with? Like, that was the mentality my dad had. So
Yep.
that's just, and Fluff can tell you guys, like, I'm always prepared for like worst case scenario in anything. And I won't even let my car get below half a tank of gas for that reason.
My,
Like if it's below
my
half a
aunt's
tank,
the
I'm like,
same way.
Actually, Matt, you were talking about ration packs and stuff like that. You can also go
Yes.
to the Army Salvation stores. They tend to sell some ration packs that you can buy some different stuff, some main dishes, but in a ration pack that you can stack in your car or your pack
Yep.
sack or whatever, and you will always have those in hand in case something happens down the
Yep.
road. So.
Yeah, the Salvation Army is good on a lot of things, but
Sorry.
like here in America, usually the Salvation Armies only help
Nice shirt.
the homeless. I mean, they will sell it to you at bulk price, but
Sorry, I missed out. I wasn't saying Salvation Army, but where you can get old
Oh,
stuff. from
Army
the
surplus stores.
yeah, Army
Army
surplus. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
my
you're
thing.
good, brother. You're
I
Not
good.
think I've even
Salvation.
seen them in some camping stores now
Yeah.
in
Well,
Australia. because
actually, big stores like Sells and I don't know what stores you have in the States. here in Canada, we have cells. And cells, you will get those ration packs. You will get those flickers. You will get a lot of stuff to
Yeah,
help
I
yourself
think that
prepare.
what is it called? Cabasas or
Cabela's.
Cabela's? Yeah,
Yeah.
those places and the like, Bass Pro Shops. You
Mm-hmm.
can find a lot of good pre-done ones, like pre-done packs
Yep.
that you can just add to. Like, get a basic starter and go as you go along. You add to it, take out what isn't really working for you, get a better version of it, add it in there. But at least you have the bare essentials,
Right.
and that's
And
what's going to matter in a situation where your your car runs out of gas and you're somewhere along the side of the road for however long, and you may
right.
not have cell signal, so you're stuck there for a bit, and you have like the bare essentials to get you by. You got to have
Yep.
protection, some basic substance to get you by until you get to a phone or whatever. But when those emergency situations happen, it's you're always caught off guard.
Right.
So in those cases, at least you'll have like just the bare essentials. That's really what you need, is the bare essentials.
Yes.
The bare necessity. Oh, sorry.
And there's a lot of RB surpluses and everything. They do sell mix and match MREs. They will open up MREs and sell individual packets so you can create your own also, because not every MRE is made the same, and not every MRE is the best tasting MRE in the world.
My hubby will attest to that.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, he used to swap out his chocolate, believe it or not.
Yep.
Or cheese.
Yes.
On all his army training. They call them rat packs here.
Yep.
And he used to come home and he'd have all the worst ones. And I'd go, well, what are you doing? He's like, well, these are gross. And I couldn't swap them with anyone, but I swapped all my chocolate for the cheese. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, he goes, no, man, I'm out bush for 2 weeks. I'm not going to the toilet.
Right.
Eat all their cheese. And I'm just shaking my head going, oh, my God, are you kidding me? But we don't have an army surplus where I am either. And even in the even in the big city, we don't have half as many stores as we used to 20 years ago.
Yeah. There's one thing that I want to get that the Australian Army has that beats our military is we have the P51 can opener that is the basic hook and cut. But the Australian Army has, I don't remember the name. The Australian Army calls it something weird. Yes, a Fred. That's it. I want one.
My husband's spewing because ours got really dicky. We'd been using them for years. I tell you what, best can openers on the market. Right. And I've actually got to go buy one because it actually broke, and we'd used his stash of Freds because he used to bring them home. And man, we had so many. I started throwing them out, and then I'm like, you're an idiot. You should never have thrown out those old ones,
Right.
But yet it's a effing ridiculous eating device because it's got the little thumb thing in the bottom, so you can use it as a spoon, but it's a can opener at the same time. So I now actually have to go pay for one. And he keeps reminding me, will you go and buy a Fred? These things are ridiculous. And he's holding up the normal old-fashioned, 2 squeeze type sort of, and spin. And I'm like, yes, I will remember to go to the camping store and buy a Fred.
See, I want one so bad. I want the Aussie issued military one. Like, that thing can
yet to
last.
See if the camping stores are the same quality as the army ones. So I'll let you know on that.
There's a big name in across the water and across the border. It's called Callaghan's. Yeah, Callaghan's. That has always been a diehard protective brand for anything. And those tools, anything that Colligan's makes, some of their stuff is questionable, yes, because they started making a big dollar now.
Yeah,
but,
mass production.
Right. But there, with anything in survival gear or anything, if you go cheap, you get cheap. If you go mid-range, you get a good, reliable item. Or you can go super expensive, and even the super expensive will break.
Well, I was about to say that sometimes going too high, to get something, it could be as if you're going bottom shelf,
right?
Because a lot of companies are more well, not all the companies, but a lot of big companies are more for the buck than the quality.
Exactly.
So you're gonna buy something with a prestige name on it. It's gonna work for a certain time. Then after that, it's gonna go.
Yeah,
right.
But if like Matt says, if you take a medium range equipment, some can last you 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Yes.
Before thinking about even replacing those pieces of equipment.
Yes. Most of the stuff, like on my channel, I help people that are not rich. I help people that have limited budgets and everything. And the same thing, 90% of us that are in our fields, we are not rich. We are struggling to survive just like anybody else.
Hell yeah.
But this is what we love. This is what we want to do with our life. And in that doesn't mean it stops you from being able to protect yourself, because your life is more important than that $300 camera that you're trying to save up for. I mean, everything in this bag is 2 pounds, and it's a clamshell crossbody bag. And yeah, it looks like a fancy bag because my sister-in-law bought it for me. It's a Guess leather bag or whatever from some name brand. I don't really ever use name brand stuff, but this thing is waterproof. It's UV ray protected, everything. It's high end. I think she paid $60 for it on Amazon for the bag. But everything that's in here can go in a basic $3 backpack. You know, you don't have to. But first off, before anything, is going to be food. Nobody ever packs food with them when they go on investigations. Nobody ever thinks about. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I go with other teams and people to investigate, and sometimes I'll take a break to eat some of this stuff. Some,
right.
Granola bars or chocolate bars, or like Jenny was talking about, hard candies or stuff like that to give you energy. Sometimes it's going to be oranges, stuff like that. I do pack stuff.
Right.
Basically, I do pack more than I need because some people don't. So I'll tend to give stuff away to people also.
Well, a lot of us do have medical conditions. There's a lot of people in the world now that has diabetes, that has whatever. You know, food should be one of your main things. Most people are not going to go to a place for 2 to 3 hours and go out and have a hamburger afterwards. You know, a lot of people like Dom, like Fluff and Jen, Nubs, y'all stay out a minimum of what, 6 to 8 hours at a location sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
or longer. And
About 6 hours, I think, is an average.
yeah. So that is going, with everything that's going on, excitement, walking, everything, that's going to hurt you. That's going to drain you. And on top of anything else that you experience is going to drain you.
That's right. Yep.
So always, like I said, these Nor meals, okay, you can get them in any kind of flavor, any kind of thing. This is a sopa soup. And, you know, if there's any Hispanics out there or anything, you know what sopa is. You know, it's tomato
and chicken broth.
Yes,
Yeah.
and noodles. And those are the essentials to keep you fed and full, you know. And with these little bags, all you do is just rip from the top, open it up, pour hot water in it. A lot of people carry Yeti.
Hey, Cat.
Hey, Cat, how you doing, brother? A lot of people carry Yeti thermoses and stuff like that that can keep hot water or whatever for X amount of time and all that stuff. It's good to have it if you know you're going to bring food with you. Keep a thermos of hot water with you so you don't have to boil it in an emergency situation. You can open this up, pour it in, let it seep, stir it, cook, eat.
You can get one of those like thermal bags to keep hot water in sports sports stores or camping stores. And I think a small one that would keep about 2 liters of water is about $25.
Yep.
And it will keep your water hot. I think it's for between 6 and 8 hours.
Right. And
when
one
I
of
say
these,
when I say hot, I mean hot.
Yes. And you can also put cold water in these and eat it the same way. You know, it has to stay longer to soak into the noodles to rehydrate it. You can do that. It's not going to be the best tasting, but it will work, especially in an emergency situation.
Good
Same
question,
thing.
Colleen. I'll say yes.
Yeah. What's up?
Colleen's question: do you think what you eat makes your scent different from others? And I'll say yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Very.
I mean,
sometimes.
Yeah.
How you doing, MCAT? Good seeing you, bro.
Also, taking one of these.
Oh.
This is called a coffee brew buddy. Okay. You can find this at Walmart for $3. It's a cleanable, reusable coffee strainer. You can make tea out of it. You can make anything that you need over your canteen or whatever that you're doing. Carry some coffee. Coffee has caffeine. Caffeine will keep you awake in a lot of emergency situations. But this will always be usable, and after you're done with it, you just push it in and drop out whatever's inside. It weighs like 0.2 ounces. So it's not weight. There's nothing heavy about this. Always carry a simple multi-tool with you. Everybody has heard of the Wallet Ninja and all that stuff. A 15-in-1 tool. I actually have one in my wallet if you want to see one. Ugh. Hold on. All right. So I have 2 of these with me. One for me, one for anybody else that's with me. Ah, crap. Here it is. One of these. It is a 15-in-1 tool. I have two. It has a mini saw on it. It has a mini single edge blade on it. If you're in an abandoned location or anything, there's always going to be bolts that you can unscrew if you get locked behind a door or something like that. It has different hex heads on here that you can put on, and it has a finger grip to turn it around.
I need to invest in one of them.
That's cheap. You can get them
Yes.
on eBay or Amazon. I think if I'm not mistaken, for about $5.
You can literally get these off of wish.com for like 50 cents and pay $1 for shipping and $1.50 for it. It just depends on wherever you are. But two of these, it doesn't matter how big it is always usable, because you only need small tinder to make a fire, and this saw right here can make that.
That's true.
This blade can also be a protective weapon also. I mean, it's got an ability to jab, cut, do whatever you need it to do, or you can hold it in your palm and use it as a knuckle duster if you need to. You don't have to carry one of the biggest knives or whatever like me, you know. Just having something that's able to pry and do multiple things will help you in an area.
A knife this big will do the trick.
Yeah.
And the blade, like I said, the blade is not that big. It's
right.
Oh
it
yeah.
fits, it doesn't cross the palm of my hand, as you can see.
Yep.
But this knife, you can do a lot of stuff with it. And
I mean,
like I said, at the other end, I'm going to close it properly. At the other end, I have a window breaker.
Yep.
If ever you're stuck in the car or you can't get out and you need to break a window or stuff, or somebody's stuck in the car, you can use that to break the window, and you won't hurt yourself and you won't hurt that person either. So,
right. And you know, these are the majority of. This is my good luck charm because Miss Star bought it for me. It's my little sloth. Like, if you can see him.
Okay, I thought
he's my little buddy. He's my little buddy. And this has a file on it. It has a flat-headed screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, and it has 3 hex bolts on it. It's a basic one, but I'll tell you what, if you hold this thing and you beat somebody in the head with it, it's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
And, you know, but we already went over the ferrocerium rods. We already went over these. You have to learn and you have to train with this stuff. You have to know how to make tinder, how to be able to pull bark off of trees, grind it, make it flammable, make it able to catch these flames to start a fire. That's a whole entire different ball game. They also make small little handheld. This is by Camillus. It's just a basic saw, a triple pull, easy. It can cut through anything about 2.5 inches wide. So, and it's got a back latch. It's always good to have a saw on you. For shelter, a good, simple, reliable tarp that is rainproof, rip-proof, anything like that, you can make multiple different tent designs, everything that you need. You can even put a body on it and pull them through the woods or wherever on this. This right here is a gear top. Cost about $19 on Amazon. And it's 260 centimeters by 210 centimeters. So roughly about 5 foot, 6 foot across by 4 foot. So it's enough for one person. Easy, lightweight. Some places, if you break your leg or whatever, and there is a water source that you can get to, but you can't drink out of it, get a piece of just a bent metal straw. That will help you reach in between cracks or whatever to be able to drink the water out of it. It's not going to be the healthiest way because you don't know where you're at or whatever. But
you can also put the water. Sorry, Matt.
You're good.
Also put the water in sports stores or camping stores. You can get what they call a cleaning pill. It's a small pill, really small, that you can pick up water from a river or something, and you're not sure if the water is clean or stuff. You just drop that pill in. You let it sit for about 2-3 minutes so it dissolves. And it cleans up the water so you won't get bacteria inside your body.
Yep. Or you can get what's called a Sawyer Mini water filtration system. It's about $25 for one. It's a Sawyer Mini Squeeze. It filtrates almost 100,000 gallons of water. And all you need to do is just put it into the water and drink out of it. And it's completely clean. It purifies 99.9% of bacteria or anything in it.
Yeah.
And it even has or you could get a life straw. A life straw, everybody knows what a life straw is. It's been on all TV and everything. One of those straws filtrates 100 gallons of water. All you do is put it in, and it's literally a straw. You put it in the water and you drink out of it, and you're good. Fat wood. If anybody knows what fat wood is, it comes from pine trees. It has a turpentine sealant in it because whenever pine trees get hurt, they heal themselves. And that's what fat wood is. It's the healing portion of a pine tree.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, Carol, how you doing?
You're
I
back,
don't know what-
Nubby. Yay.
Yeah, I have no clue what happened. My internet just straight kicked me off. And
Yeah. Same here, mate. It's winter here, so even though blue skies, mine still did it before too. So,
But
Nubsy,
I am
just
actually
sent you-
about to end this stream here in a second after Matt shows.
Nubsy, I just sent you a link. If you want the ninja card he was talking about, I just sent you a link. It's 4-in-1. It's a ninja card with small tools also,
All
and 2 pieces of knives that comes together, and it's $12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always carry a multi-tool with you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it has everything that you need: knives, files, pliers, everything in one hand. I mean, if it even has wire cutters. I mean, a lot of them are spring assist. Yeah. These things, and most people go with Leatherman, but this is my Field and Stream. It has a skinning knife and all this stuff. You know.
thank you, Carol. Good.
But one of the main things you need is a seal pouch. So a seal pouch, it's a waterproof pouch that you can put all your gear in and be protected from the rain and elements. But another thing about this is If you are trapped out in the wilderness or anything like that, this also doubles as a water storage bag. And this right here is a 3-liter bag. You fill this with water, you roll it up and clip it together. And once you do, it completely seals it, and you can take that or have the person with you bring it back to you so you have a water source with you. But it also will help your gear and protect your gear. So the majority of survival in a survival situation is your will to survive. All of this stuff means nothing if you're too afraid to use it or you don't know how to use it. Same thing with anything else. You do your research on everything else. Do your research on the gear that you're going to carry also. And I can show more later on later episodes or whatever.
Well, I was going to say tomorrow I'm doing the Hellhound live.
Yes, sir.
I'll always show more of that tomorrow too.
Right.
I also got episode 6 and 7 already set up and ready to go with awesome topics and everything. Prepared Normal 101.
Yes, sir.
So we got that. I will be doing a few nub reacts next week. I'm going to start doing them again starting next week. I ain't done nub reacts in over a month.
Right.
So I'm going to get back to that. But I do appreciate D&K and Ghost Girl coming up. Of course, Fluffy and Jen. And my favorite Vodka Vamp.
Thanks
And
for having me, Nubby.
Matthew and Dom, my co-host for this.
It's always a pleasure. Sorry if I talk too much.
Hey,
same here.
I get carried away.
You know, give me a chance. I'll talk your ear off sometimes.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate everybody in the chat. RBALLER joining the Turtle Nation.
Matt, I did send the link. I was talking to Nubsy about all the kits in the chats. We're on Twitter, so if you want to go see it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely check that out.
It's a pretty good, pretty cool kit to help out. It's not big, it's not heavy, and it's gonna help you a lot with everything. So,
Dom, you have any investigations or anything coming up in the next few days?
Next few days, not really planned. I would like to go out to investigate. I'm waiting on some new equipment that's gonna be here in the middle of the week this week. So obviously, I'm gonna go. You know me, when I get new stuff, I have to go out to try it. So I'll probably do a small cemetery somewhere, probably do a live on it. But next weekend is starting a big week of investigations and some we're starting next week, starting shooting on the web series in Montreal.
Oh, awesome, Dom! Can't wait for that.
So this is a big project for me. I hope, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I hope it works out well.
Oh yeah, it's going to be epic.
I'm sure it will. I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I just got it.
Yeah. That's. I'm gonna clean it up and
you look like a demon there.
Send it back, but that was.
Got it.
When I saw that, I was going, "What?"
Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
That was wild.
I just got it.
Sunday, I have my Sunday vlog. I hadn't done one of them in about a month either. So I got one Sunday. Next week, I will be having the Battleship Part 1 and 2 of the USS North Carolina up.
Awesome.
Y'all might get to see the cops coming in there talking to PLE, but I don't think I recorded that.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
also
not cool.
gonna
That
have
was not
the
cool for
haunted
PLE.
Airbnb investigation we
Mm.
did up next week too.
Very cool.
Fluffy was talking
So,
about that. He was saying
Wow.
it's going to be awesome. So
dude,
I can't wait to see that.
it was
Yeah, that was a bit of a
intense.
bonus, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like the last Airbnb we went to and the last night
Yeah,
too, and all that.
that's
And
awesome.
it turned out to be an epic decision. But yeah, Matt, do you have any? I know tomorrow we have the Hellhound stream, but do you have anything coming up Sunday or anything?
Well, I have a
Oh yeah,
I have
you
a
do.
new I have a new co-host, and if she's
Yeah,
there,
definitely pray for Omar.
I don't know who the hell he's talking
Been
about.
praying, KJ. And love you too, sissy. KJ.
And
love you,
Jenny,
honey.
are you doing your stream, your live tarot reading?
I think I'm gonna take this Sunday off from it because
Good idea.
Matt wants to start the survival series that he's got going on.
I can't wait.
survival and tea.
Survival and tea.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome. Seriously.
My goodness, I'm so excited.
Yes.
But I'm
Sounds
gonna
awesome.
I'm gonna take one more Sunday off from readings, just because that takes a lot of energy out of me.
Yeah,
I was
and
going to say that,
So,
sis. You need to rest up, hun, before you come back to that.
Yeah.
Bye,
But,
KJ. Love you,
but
hun.
following that, I will hopefully, fingers crossed, my voice will have been relaxed enough, and my energy's already coming back, so I am getting a lot better. I'm
I'm glad
tremendously
about
better
that.
than I was before.
Cool.
But you'll catch me on Matt's channel on Sunday, so be excited for that and be there for that. And I'll come back on my channel the following week.
Nice.
Possum, get out of here. Get out of here, Possum.
And I know when y'all feel better, I know Fluffy has some epic videos that.
Yeah, he's going to be going back and doing live streams and having people back on panel and releasing videos. He's got a bunch of plans.
I miss Fluffy on lives. Seriously.
Yeah.
When we were in North Carolina, I kept stealing his phone and going live on his channel for him. So there was a couple of live streams that I took over.
That was awesome, Jen.
I was like, I don't know how to really do this, but hi.
Yeah,
so there's a couple of streams.
Matt, are you smoking?
Yep.
Matt,
Okay.
no, he doesn't smoke at all.
No, because I saw a big white mist pass in front of his forehead, so I didn't see the cigarettes.
That's
I was
just his soul leaving his body every so often. It happens.
But yeah, thanks everybody for in the chat and coming on panel.
Look at that picture.
I will see y'all tomorrow night. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you all.